MMS this time around didn't push out. He's tucked on in with the FAMAS.
I think because they've seen so many aggressive
So
pushes,
I was
they're just
out,
going to be ready for
पूरे
this.
दिन
This is going to be
बाहर
a
था।
hard clear, surely. No
अभी
way.
आया
They looked like they were going to
काफी
clear it.
खुश
At
हूँ
least
मैं
they
कि
trade 1 for 1.
Genius.
I feel like that's a sign of some of these issues Sprout is having with communication, right? Because one of the players was ready for it, but the other just wasn't. Completely turns around, back turned. Nevertheless, the trade is good, and the bomb will go down for Viperio. They're already assembling for the save.
Yeah, they have to. There's no one near this. They've got no money left. They lost a player immediately in mid with no kill. MMS needed 2 kills, maybe even more, really, to make that round doable. And with a FAMAS pushed up an amen, it's usually a one and done from there. So just unfortunate for him and for Sprout. Good job tying up the scoreline 2-2.
कौन सा
Start to
देखो
build on this now. They haven't really been in.
इधर क्या हुआ 1-0 अच्छा OG 1 कर लिया नाइस तो ये देखना ना मेरे को तो
Teams with the experience to flex, right? And that's why they're here for the elimination and the progression maps, just to make sure that, you know, it's not going to be an upset coming through. If Viperio win this, then, you know, they've earned it.
This is where it is tough when you see a team like Viperio who've been on such a big loss streak. And the fact that they've had to change the roster so much because they just don't have salaries, so they, you know, they have other commitments in life. So you look at the map poll, Ancient is clearly the heavy weakness. You know, 16% win rate, 2-10 record. It's just not very good for them. So you have a team like Sprout who will happily pick that in the best of 3 here against them.
Elimination match है ये
here will be competitive on, and others I feel like they will struggle. And Sprout got to realize that. They've got the opening here against Gizmi.
What a buy here. 2 players that didn't save anything over. Got a USP and a Zeus.
Yeah.
And then you've got an AWP and an M4.
Quite the contrast. Zyphone once again just gets this mid-control, but he's actually got caught. What's happening here, Lucy? That's an upgraded weapon.
That's a spam through the smoke to drop Zyphon. Giraffe doesn't have to worry anymore. He can now focus on this hit that's coming through. Everyone's here for the CTs. The second rifle comes on over, but can't connect.
Oh,
the lack of armor really coming to hurt him.
Yeah, the aim punch just kicked in massively there. Extinct will be kicking himself, but save call likely. But we'll see if they might hang around just for a little bit. If they get smoke spam kill, they might consider going in, but with their lack of utility and lack of kit and lack of money, they might just want to save this AWP. But they're still hanging around. Giraffe has got a kill. Now switches to the AK. Long stand here. The flank's coming in. Instead realizes that they haven't started saving, so I'm just going to push up mid, get in behind them, and Viperio lose every one of their weapons.
Yeah, that's the issue when you kind of got 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out. When the door slams, your leg comes off, right? And that's exactly what happened there. They don't get anything over. If they just backed out immediately,
अगर जाना था तो पर उनका जाना भी नहीं था ना मेन तो उनका ये था कि थोड़ा डैमेज दे दे एग्जिट किल्स ले लें ये था मेन
This feels ridiculous. He's just
उल्टा पड़
clicking. He
गया
has
पूरा
no idea that someone's there.
Yeah, that's just very unlucky for the player on the other side of the smoke. When you're on the receiving end of that, not much you can do. And yeah, you're right in terms of like they're half in, half out. They didn't know if they want to save. They're hanging around for some exits, but at this level, if you're gonna hang around for exit kills, you are gonna be pushed. They're gonna seize that opportunity to take those guns out of your hands. They buy up anyway, but they're lacking utility here on the CT side.
Stairs spotting out the gap. Does see the cross, but Gizmi's actually gone unaccounted for. But as it turns around at the right time to find him. Giraffe falls as well, and Zyphon in mid has a fantastic read. Extinct had no chance there. MMS might have stepped up in that last map, but he's got nothing he can do here.
This could be a very rough CT half for Viperio. I think you get away with playing chaotically in the first few rounds, but once you let Sprout start to settle into this, and you don't really have a way of holding mid. We see how many times we see the good teams, like Na'Vi yesterday on Ancient, how many different looks do they have of holding mid, or taking middle, or just how to rotate properly so they don't leave a gap in mid. There just isn't going to be that same level of preparation for a team like Viperio, so they're going to have a lot of issues in mid. This area is just going to be abused by Sprout. Down to just pistols. Sprout gonna go up 5-2. And this will be a nice way to mentally reset for Sprout as well. You know, you're probably gonna end this half with quite a meaty scoreline. And that's gonna be just great for the mental. Stair spots 1 in mid. Easy kill on Extinct.
They need the mental boost too, right?
Absolutely.
I mean no wins, no map wins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wild. Viperio have more map wins. Like that's crazy.
Sprout looking to continue strong here in their pick of Ancient. Obviously, Anubis the decider. I think that'll be a brawl if we go there.
That'll be very interesting. That'll be very interesting indeed. That's. I'm actually hoping we go there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Anubis yet.
It's been a rarity here. A lot of teams like play it, but they don't play it. You know?
Yeah,
It's
they don't want to
there.
risk. They don't want to risk it here on the RMRs. For the most important tournament for a lot of these sides. But Stair comes out, another kill for him. Oh, okay. Zeus killed. The AK gets a kill too, and he's still alive. Finally, Azure hunts him down into the cave and gets himself a second, so recovers in the chaos. But Artist is a agent of chaos. He goes right through the Zeus into the upgraded AK-47. And Draft will fall to Zello. So on fire, 5 in a row for Sprout. At least a little bit of entertainment sprinkled in there by Artist.
इधर कौन सा मैच है? अरे क्या चल रहा है? ओजी का देखना मेरे को. इधर कौन सा है? सेकंड कौन सा है इनका? ये भी एलिमिनेशन है ना? सो वर्सेस ओजी बेस्ट ऑफ 3. यू आरएमआर खुला हुआ था क्या? तेरा एलिमिनेशन है ना? 1-1 और 0-2. भाई जीत गई यार. 1-1 सारे हो गए. इधर एपेक्स जीत गई. अरे बीएनए जीत गई 16-19. 1 विन बेचारी. जीता हुआ मैच हार गई. 2-1 में पहुंच जाती. लेजेंड वो कम. लेजेंड्स कैसे भाई? 2 तो है ना लेजेंड्स इधर ऑलरेडी. 2 इधर से भी जाएंगे. अच्छा जीतेगा उनमें से. लेजेंड प्ले होएगा. लेजेंड जा सकती थी यार. कौन जा सकता है लेजेंड में? अच्छा ये हारने के बाद भी लेजेंड में जा सकती है. ओके तो एक इनमें से जाएगी है ना? हाँ इनमें से जाएगी लेजेंड में. ये 2 फिक्स है. तीसरी फनाटिक होएगी शायद. 3 हो गई ना लेजेंड. 2 क्यों दे रहे हैं यार? ये एक ही तो है. 2 प्लेस चैलेंजर. क्या कह रहे हैं? 2 लेजेंड 1 चैलेंजर. फक. अच्छा वो जो जीतेंगे वो लेजेंड में जाएंगे और जो हारेंगे उनमें से भी एक प्ले ऑफ होएगा लेजेंड के लिए. ऐसा क्या? क्योंकि हारना तो 3 है. पता नहीं यार. अच्छा इनमें से होएगा शायद. इनमें से ये इधर ये समझ नहीं आ रहा ये क्या है. तो the 3-1 team with the highest difficulty score directly legend stage. अच्छा अच्छा जिसका 3-1 है और हाईएस्ट डिफिकल्टी स्कोर है डायरेक्टली क्वालिफाई हो जाएगी. बाकी इनमें से मतलब 2 2 4 जाएंगे और 4 दूसरे EURMR से आएंगे. एशिया उधर से लेजेंड में नहीं जाते. उधर से डायरेक्ट चैलेंजर में जाते हैं. ये लफड़ा है. बाकी 1-2 का ब्रैकेट इधर हो गया जो कि 2-2 हो जाएगा. लास्ट चांस. फाल्कन्स जा सकती है या मुश्किल है? 1 विन तो इधर आ गई ना. फाल्कन्स इधर जा रही है. इनटू द ब्रीच जा रही है. गेमल लीजन जा रही है और बीएनई जा रही है. बीएनई गेमल लीजन इन दोनों में से तो क्वालिफाई करेगी. फाल्कन्स और ये भाई इसने इसको हरा दिया यार वर्चस प्रो को. वर्चस प्रो इधर आ गई. एलिमिनेट होएगी 3 टीम है ये. अरे ये नहीं मतलब जो हारने वाली है वो. तो इधर से भी जाएगी. इधर से कोई अच्छी है. ओजी अच्छी है. ओजी और वर्चस प्रो का होगा तो भाई गजब. माउस भी तो आ रही है ना इधर. वाह माउस वाह इतनी जल्दी. और कौन आ रही है? 1 विन आ रही है इधर. एपेक्स आ रही है. एपेक्स ये सारी अच्छी टीम है. ओजी बाकी जो जीतेगी वो जाएगी इधर. हारने वाली तो डायरेक्ट एलिमिनेट होएगी ना. अरे यार ये वाला बहुत दुखदायक चीज है बहुत। अच्छी अच्छी टीम एलिमिनेट हो सकती है इधर। कल है 8। और यहाँ तो भाई इंटरेस्टिंग होता है बहुत। 2-2 इधर से आते हैं जीतने वाले, इधर से आते हैं हारने वाले। ये तो बहुत ही ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग होंगे। इधर से कितनी टीम आती है? 3 आती है और इधर से 3 आती है। इधर वो टीम है, अगर ये टीम जा रही तो जीतना 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 है। ऐसा है, बेस्ट ऑफ 3 है, बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है। इधर ही बेस्ट ऑफ 3 है, देखते हैं क्या होता है। ये कब से शुरू हुए? जहाँ 11 से। 11 को व्हाट डे इट इज? 11 इज ट्यूसडे। तब तक ये लास्ट आरएमआर बचेगा ना। एशिया आरएमआर डायरेक्ट चैलेंजर स्टेज जाएंगे, ये ग्रुप में तो कोई जाएगा नहीं। ये क्या है? इसका ओवरव्यू क्यों नहीं दे रही है? इज्जत नहीं है यार। चाहे तो ये डायरेक्ट चैलेंजर कंसोलिडेशन इधर क्या है? ये चलेगा इधर। अभी बेस्ट ऑफ 3 है ना इनका। बेस्ट ऑफ 3 होगा ऑफ कोर्स। इनमें से फिर इधर जाएगा और इनमें से इधर जाएगा और इधर दूसरी टीम इनमें से आती है क्या? इधर से मंगोल्स गए, इधर से रेरेटम गए। क्रिस्टियन वर्टेक्स इधर आ गए। और इनमें से ग्रेहाउंड गए और इरप्शन और इन्विक्टिस में से मोस्टली आई डोंट नो व्हाट द स्कोर इज। कांट से यही है ना इरप्शन वर्टेक्स का। क्या चल रहा है? जीत की खत्म हो गया इरप्शन ना। तो इरप्शन जा रही है ग्रेहाउंड से लड़ने। और टाइलू इन्विक्टिस। ये इन्विक्टिस लूजर ऑफ सेमीफाइनल 2। सेमीफाइनल है, सेमीफाइनल 2। इसका मतलब ग्रेहाउंड या फिर इन्विक्टिस वो इधर लड़ेगी इनसे। और इधर मंगोल्स या फिर रेरेटम का लूसर आएगा। और टाइलू या फिर इरप्शन से। एशिया का देखते हैं क्या होता है। अमेरिका तो खैर अभी तो लेजेंड तो ना जाते। लेजेंड जाता है फक। अमेरिका में एक लेजेंड जाएगा भाई। होपफुली। इधर से तो नहीं जा रहे। इधर से जाएंगे। लिक्विड जा सकती है। फ्यूरिया जा सकती है। लिक्विड फ्यूरिया जाएगी कैसे ही है? अच्छा इधर जाएगी। ये क्या है? अच्छा इधर जाएगी और इन दोनों में से जीतेगी उसका लेजेंड के लिए होगा ना। both the team enter the playoff, winner goes to legend stage, loser go to challenger stage। अच्छा दोनों क्वालिफाई हो जाएंगे बट एक लेजेंड जाएगी एक चैलेंजर जाएगी। इन दोनों में से होगा मोस्ट प्रोबेबली। कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी भी अच्छी टीम लगती है मेरे को काफी। फ्लक्सो न्यूक अच्छा खेलती है। ईजी लिक्विड फ्यूरिया और कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी पे 16 पर इंपीरियल किससे? ये टीम वन का क्या स्कोर था? टीम वन किधर है? 16-6 आ रहे थे फ्यूरिया से। अच्छा इंपीरियल जीत जाएगी यार, अच्छी टीम है, क्वालिफाई कर जानी चाहिए। इधर से इधर जाएगी। अच्छा एलिमिनेशन मैच है इनके। इधर से इधर आएगी मतलब इधर से भी आएंगे ना। 4 हारने वाली टीम इधर आएंगी। फ्यूरिया लिक्विड होपफुली कर जाएगी कॉल ये तीनों। ये प्लक्सो भी कर जाएगी इधर से प्लक्सो जाएगी, इधर से कॉल जाएगी। लिक्विड फ्यूरिया। और फिर इन चारों के मैच आएंगे। 1 2 3 4 बच्चे। 1 2 3 4 ही जाएंगे इधर। उनके मैच होंगे, इनके विनर से हैं इंपीरियल। आई डोंट नो विच वन। आई डोंट नो। टफ है ये वाला। ये तो मुझे पता ही नहीं पर नाउन्स का नाम सुना हुआ है फिर भी। यूर तो पता नहीं कौन अनाउंस 13-16 यूर भी 13-16 और फ्लक्सो बेस्टिया कौन है बे अर्जेंटीना की टीम में क्या है ये? अर्जेंटीना की है व्हाट द फक अर्जेंटीना पता नहीं मतलब पता नहीं यूर का कुछ आइडिया नहीं है मेरे को अनाउंस यूर कैसी टीम यूएस की है यूएस अनाउंस तो ब्राजील की है ना यूएस की अनाउंस हुई फिर तो काफी मैच हुए होंगे इनके अनाउंस हो तो बस चल जाएगा पता ये क्या हो रहा है ओजी वाला मैच किधर गया
them to be
आया
precise.
मैं
A couple of rifles supporting that. Flames, he's going fast and furious, but Tokyo drifts out of the round, but Nico still doubles down. Muterus in the back line with the deagle. He's trying to jiggle. He wants to make himself happy, but I don't know if he'll be able to reminisce like the Frenchman did so long ago.
Oh, gonna say 4-on-2, and it's a save. It's all Saw can muster. They cannot catch up. Oh, Dexter's looking crispy right now. He's warmed up, right? You don't have the Dexter of the first half of Vertigo. This is a different breed, a different guy entirely. Gutierrez. Maybe mincemeat to the Mac 10. In comes Fiku. So methodical, and he's going to win it. That's all that matters. 2-0. And OG in control already. On the way to that 50%, Harry, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see more rounds out of OG's T side than even that, with the difficulties that sort of had that you've presented.
Well, look, assuming I've done the numbers right, which, you know, is always a scary assumption to make. I just went and had a look at how many rounds they've won on this map over the last 3 months, right? 76 rounds total. And as I say, they have like an 8% of those rounds being on CT sides. That means they've won 60 CT side rounds. That means they've won 16 T side rounds total in the last 3 months.
Over 8 games, 16 T rounds. It's not great. It's not a great stat, but OG had worse stats almost on Vertigo, so anything is possible here. Not in this round though. Nice clean sweep for OG. Come in with the guns. Hopefully have Stories, AWP, and all the trimmings.
क्या चल रहा है 3-0
It's not looking good for the T side.
You're just looking at numbers, are you?
I went and looked at a lot of different numbers
Yeah.
just then. I'm very concerned, actually. So, yeah, if OG put up... I mean, really, this is actually... if history is anything to go by, this is actually probably already enough rounds. So, yeah, it's a little concerning. They really need a good CT side. As in, they really need it, or else this is going to be scuffed. A lot of teams struggle with T sides here on Overpass, but some more than others. OG, with all this control over towards long in the first rifle round, this is kind of the key for me, because Saw lose this, they're eco again, OG go 5-0 up, and at that point, that's already a great T side by any perspective, by any margin. That's before you take into account the actual results of these teams on this map. So Saw really need to stick the landing in this first rifle round. This is weighted super strongly in this game. Story, 1 kill off the AWP, swinging out along, takes another man out of the round. That is a clean double from Story's AWP. And there's Mutirez to help out along the way. OG are losing numbers here. It's looking like a flawless round for Saw, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Oh, can he get out? He got jump spotted. Does he want to throw the AWP out the map or play it? I mean, unlikely they'll take the double AWP anyway. You may as well give it a go. Try and get revenge. And that is beautiful for Neofrag. Even if you can stop them from getting an AWP, that'd be massive. 20 seconds. May as well die on this hill. Fight for survival. Kill all close players. 15 seconds.
I like Neofrag.
Misses his shot on that.
I like him.
Crouch
He's
from
like
Justin. It's going to be
काफी
Saw on
calm
the
है,
board, nice and
collected
early.
है.
They don't let it get too out of control.
अच्छा
They
खेलता है
rear their
मतलब
heads.
काफी सुलझा हुआ प्लेयर लगता है मेरे को ऐसा नहीं कि फालतू के चोचले करता है एग्रेसिव जाता है ये वो
We need to see
calm and
Story
collected
really
खेलता
building
है
himself into his best
अच्छा player
form
है
on that CT side, right?
अच्छा
'Cause you're a
future
lot more
है इसका
limited. T-side AWPing on overpass, sure you can still find your
ठीक
success,
कर
but
देखना
for
तो
the
यार
most
इसके
part, all about the CT. That's where you want to be the big dog. That's where you want to be the one hounding them
यार
down.
ले लूंगा
And
अगर
he went
सस्ता होगा तो
quiet
अच्छा
on
होगा
Vertigo. I think that's fair to say. It wasn't
Yeah.
the same affair from what we saw yesterday. So Story can pick up the pieces here, start to build a bit of success for them. Could be the dream start for Saw on the CT side.
Yeah, I think it took like 7 rounds for him to actually field a CT AWP on Vertigo as well. So it was, we talked a lot about the money there and some of the decisions being made, but even despite that, when he had it,
Kisko
it felt like
PK.
he didn't have anywhere near as much impact as even Dexter did in those 2
Kisko
opening
PK.
kill rounds. I don't think we
OG
had anything
overpass
like
kill
that from
थी
Story. So it's a better map for it though, and he showed it
OG
last
का
round with
ही
a couple
OG
of
का
kills up
न्यू
along.
का है शायद सो का मेरे ख्याल से तो
Oh, wow, how is he there? Dex is holding that angle. He takes down the CT AWPer. They're going to pop out Monster with an opening kill. They don't know about the second player on short. That could be the surprise for Saw in this round. You Jerks trying to stop that bomb from crossing right now. He can come back and cover, but he still doesn't know about this one. PQ's taking his sweet time, and oh, he slips the net with a perfect plant. Nice shot for Jerks to take Nico out, but it's still a 3v4 with the bomb down.
Yeah, what's kind of wild here is that OG actually had like 2 players left inside of the
यार
site.
अच्छा था यार
A little quicker here. They would have had some favorable
short से
fights
मतलब
moving in
बचने
for
का
this
ऐसा तरीका है
retake. Them having to slow it down and wait to see if they can catch anyone sifting out of position meant that OG had time
अच्छा
to bring
तरीका है यार
over
सेव
these
कर
guys that
मतलब
were seeking their
प्लांट देने
fortune
का उस
over
साइड
towards
पे
A and connector.
I like it
And so they will clamp down on that round.
अगर
OG
smoke होना
already
है
up
then
onto a 4th. And even though that last round was flawless for Saw, meaning they can, you know, stomach a reinvestment here, it will lack a couple of key features. Won't be able to bring that AWP out. And I mean, if you did decide to throw some money into this round, it's going to be a pretty poor buy. I'm assuming you just force around the saved M4. So, or you know, sorry, like partial buy around the saved M4. Looking for the investment in the next, and then that will at least allow you to bring out an AWP. So, assuming that's the decision they make, and that you don't have, you know, materials on this hero M4 pop off, which definitely can happen. I'm not willing to write that off. But if that doesn't happen, OG are in such a good spot to start running away with this. It's going to throw them up on like a 5-round lead. They're going to be sat real pretty on the T side. You know, with the better half still to play and a map up in the series. Little tech pause. And, you know, I mean, I think maybe this could be beneficial for Saw, is you just kind of sit there, maybe a moment to cool off. Alternatively, maybe it lets the pressure set in even more. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see on that one. For OG on the other side, I think while they're on this hot streak, they just want to be in as much as they can. So, hopefully this is a nice quick resolve.
It's always interesting watching the body language in times like this as well. If you can maintain the energy, if you need to, like you said, Harry, just kind of compartmentalize it for a little bit. Take yourself out of where you are, forget about the overall game for a few seconds, take that time to breathe. Because it can be a bit intense. Those technical timeouts where you sort of sat there just feeling like, I want to get back into the game. I'm on a good roll right now. The longer I'm being iced out, the more I feel like I'm not at my best. So the mental aspect of it is always a big part. You never really know the insight to. So it's interesting trying to gauge that off the back of the faces. Like even Dexter looking happy on camera, winking at the camera. Next second you see him sort of hand, you know, in the hand, trying to just slow down a little bit. Take those few seconds he's got to fully just reset and go, okay, things are all right.
Deep breaths, you know. Anders would, if Anders was the coach, I mean, you can't talk obviously during these timeouts, but he'd make sure his players know about those breathing exercises.
Anders was telling me about
focus inwards. You know,
I can't do breathing exercises
Yeah, I know,
because
but that's why you need to do that.
Yeah.
You're not listening to why. You need to hear my reason.
I know your reason.
Okay,
Go on.
I want to know,
You
Harry.
do.
Speak to me.
Thank you,
Go on,
Jackie.
Harry.
Not worth
I'm
it.
terrified
Yeah.
if I'm focusing that much on breathing and I switch to manual mode.
Right.
What if I just either forget in the
No.
future to keep breathing? Because
No.
right now it's so automatic and I don't think about it.
Here's
and even
a-
talking
Okay.
about it now has put the fear in
No.
me. What if I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
forget?
I know this is a meme, but like
What do you mean? You know this is
I know. Well, this is a meme, right? From you. This is a
This
thing.
isn't.
Did you know?
It's just Giraffe left alone. Back it, man. The defuse is already happening. They come off it now to swing him together, and that's exactly what will confirm the round win. Sprout have 12.
Yeah, that one's just a bit rough of Viperio, right? You just lose a player through the smoke just to a random shot, and I actually kind of liked what they were doing there. That smoke execute's quite fun, right? Because one of the key things on the defense on the A side is using the default boxes, particularly in pistol rounds with the USP, right? You can just take these headshot fights, but when you just negate that by putting the wall smokes, which isn't actual XT you see too much, but quite doable on a pistol round because you can't really spam through it, unless you're Azir, of course. I really liked the idea there, but yeah, just got scuppered at the opening hurdle.
Yeah, Azur's definitely just gonna laugh at that one. That's damn okay. Well, first shot through, headshot, of course. And Viperio, they're gonna buy right away because they got the bomb plant. Means they can get a really good force buy. So 2 Galils, an AK-47, Deagle Tech 9, decent amount of utility. It looks like just an A execute coming in. They'll smoke out Donut. And just try and play in towards this site together, and they're very good at playing as a unit. What a shot! Oh, Artist right through the temple in both ways, but Zello lines up 3. The FAMAS very clean to take down 3 of the Viperio side, and Azur comes through, fills the gap that was left open by Zyphon, and there's no issues. They don't even really get towards the site there, unfortunately.
Yeah, that one also really hurts because you found such a great opening kill. I mean, it looked like Zyphon was just ready just to spray them down as they came out. The wide, long angle with the A1S, such a difficult position to clear. The Galil comes out ahead there. And then Extinct with the FAMAS gets a triple. Absolutely insane play. Giraffe's just hoping for someone to maybe come and get curious, but it feels like an unlikely outcome for him. So Sprout about to get their 13th, looking like a completely different team here on Ancient. Although, okay, Giraffe has found Azza, brought down to half, spots out another player on the jump. A lot to work with here, and he's just taking damage, peppered constantly. Easy enough for the M4.
Chalu again.
Of a pre-COVID ages ago, Thomas walked past me and he just goes, "Oh, Jack, I found your phone." Gives it back to me, and I thought that was really weird. It was 100% in my pocket like 10 minutes ago.
You?
No, well, this is the thing. I thought maybe that was the case, but the first time I thought nothing of it. It was when he did it 2 hours later and then gives me my phone again and explains to me that he'd been watching loads of pickpocketing videos online
No
just because it's
way.
apparently like a cool skill to have
No,
the
it is,
sleight of hand.
yeah.
And he thought he'd try it out on me because we're friends and he knew that I
That's
wouldn't be
awesome.
upset. And then he was just like, "Yeah, actually, Jack, I've been watching you every time you walk past and kind of gauging when was the
Going
best
for the
opportunity
hug.
to pickpocket
Yeah.
you." Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, remember when I gave you that hug? Swipe your phone, bud."
That's actually a really cool skill to have.
Well, I'm
just
terrified
to
of
use on your
Yeah, so
friends.
don't get
I'm
too
literally
close. That's
never
what I'm
going
saying.
near
Be
him,
careful.
like-
That's really weird. Yeah, it's like lock picking, you know? It's
I'll
like
nick your shoes.
It's a cool skill to learn. It's a cool skill to learn, but I'm like, why do you need this? Like, why do you need to
What if
know
you're
how to
locked out of
pick
your
a-
flat?
Well, no, lockpicking
No,
I
but
think
like
is pretty
padlocks.
valuable.
But like, okay, yeah, I guess. Well,
I've always wanted to learn,
what that?
but I
what,
don't have
what
the
about,
patience, and my hands tremble all the time.
Well, that's actually part of
And my
lockpicking.
heart
They're just
races and
shaking
I
them
can't
around.
breathe. So
You should cover your mouth.
am I okay?
I don't think so.
I've googled it on WebMD and it says that I'm dying. So oh, we have a little bleeding nose situation
Yeah,
here.
not
So
ideal.
someone has a nosebleed. Do we know who? Neofrag. Oh, he's had a nosebleed before.
You're a nosebleeder.
Yeah, but do you know? We actually were doing an event where he had a nosebleed and he had to stop.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of rough if he gets those. I can relate to that. I get them a lot. So, you know, while we let him deal with that, just going to put a bit of tissue up the old nostrils and dry that out. We'll throw over to a quick break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back soon.
So I just immediately like,
We saw some recruit.
He started talking trash a bit about Copenhagen Flames. And
Oh, no way.
Hey, I'm gonna catch one.
It's time for the Gauntlet Challenge.
What is the gauntlet?
No. It's the f***ing goal!
No way, this is last place. It went really badly.
I wouldn't say it's good, because I would say it was great.
Let's go, baby!
As Cadian prepares to take on his toughest challenge yet, let it be known it'll take more than a hero to beat this one. We know he can lead his team to victory, but can he go at it alone? It's time for the Gauntlet Challenge.
It's time. It's time. Let's beat Dupree's ass, yeah? Okay, so what does the Launder show have for me here? Rings off, you know. Step one. Let's go. Okay, let's go. This is the one, guys. Off to a good start. We go for the quick entry. No look. Buck. Everybody saw that. No. It's the f***ing goal! Okay, I think there might be some system to this is where the boxes will hit or what. I'm not sure. Oh no.
नहीं भाई कुछ नहीं खरीद रहा. I'm not buying anything as of now. Just wondering if I need to buy something or not. क्या कर रही है?
No. That's it. We're done. Dupree, he doesn't know what to do about this time. It's too strong. Yeah, I'm number one now.
All right, guys, let's give it up for Cadian. Come on in, Cadian. Well done. Take a bow.
Calm down. It was good, but calm down.
I'm going to ask for your signature in a second.
Yeah.
You were really burning calories on this map.
To be completely honest, I was just chilling. I knew that Dupree don't stand a chance.
Dupree don't stand a chance. You heard it here already. Well, why don't we make it official? Let's see if he lived out his dream of beating Dupree. To find out, we'll have the assistant, roll out the leaderboard assistant. Come on, let's keep it moving. Don't go out all night. Don't be alarmed by how long it takes me to write this number down. Just be happy it happened. The submission here from Cadian to the Gauntlet Challenge to see if he could beat Dupree. Did he do it, folks? That's right, they finally gave me my own show. Watch the Launder Show exclusively on Blast TV.
Let's go, baby!
And as always, it's been a blast.
खरीदने का है मेरे को, पर क्या खरीदने का दिखाता हूँ मैं.
All right, so the Launder show looks sick.
That does look
Yeah,
cool.
that does look fun.
Rocks
It's
खरीदना
kind
है.
of like the Eric
139 का हो
Andre
गया
show,
finally.
but slightly different.
Yeah, need a little more, you know.
Time to deliver a Launder
खरीदना है पर
That's good, yeah, a bit more
पैसा थोड़ा
burlesque.
skin बेचने
Hey,
पड़ेगा
he's
मेरे को.
returning
अभी
the building.
He's
There we
grade
go.
old पे है.
with the nosebleed.
Hope he's all good.
Yeah, bud.
Nice.
He must just have a sensitive nose, man.
Yeah, you have it though a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can fully vibe with Neofrag.
Yeah.
I've had nosebleeds during
Maybe he was
casts.
listening to
They're
the
not
cast
fun.
and he was breathing
hope
a
he
little
wasn't.
too
Hard rock का
hard.
फिर बढ़ गया.
A little too hard. But obviously, despite the issue, usually we were talking about the tech timeout sitting in silence and all this. A lot of teams like to reset with a tech timeout straight after these
Ground
pauses,
खरीदना है.
so they can chat it through. Everyone seems ready to go though. OG in
Okay.
control of the game. Saw with no money. We're back in. Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, here you go. You'll get done for that, mate. That's
Really?
trademarked.
I-
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Every
it.
time you say it, you actually have to give him 10 grand. It's Bruce Buffer's
Yeah.
quote.
Let's rumble now. Here we
Okay,
are.
yeah,
we
It's
go.
Nico down in the connector trying to deal with players jump spotting. Neofrag in the meantime, pint less blood in his veins, but he's feeling it.
It's rumbling time. Is that okay, Jackie?
That's acceptable. You could also go for the classic, let's get ready to ramble.
Yeah, no,
there you
that's
go.
for us. Oh, the backstabs, but he pulled nades. He pulled nades. A second's difference kills Nico, and this allows the trade.
अरे smoke clear हो ना, तो थोड़ी देर wait करो यार. हल्का सा wait करो, हल्का सा.
Yes, he will. And he will find the third as well. Mutira is taking matters into his own hands in an eco round.
somewhat trapped between a rock and a hard place, but it won't even matter too much. I mean, you've got support there from Roman as well. Both of the exits being watched, only 45 seconds left on the clock, and it's Flames and Dexter who would have to do something absolutely devilish. Flames is starting to create space up on long, and that is actually the only player that doesn't have a rifle really to work with. That's the P250 in the hands of Story. So maybe there's a bit of an opportunity, but you'd still need Dexter to rotate out, and getting out of there is not going to be easy.
Yeah, everyone is now adjusting. Look at the mini-map. It's terrifying. It's like Alien. They're in the vents. And now Flames.
Isn't that Among Us?
Look, man, Among Us. Here he is. Looking sus as ever. But dead.
Dear.
No, not dead. Now dead
now.
to the toilets player. Dead now, of course. As the save comes in from Dexter. You know, they weren't really believing they could do much in that 2v4 once they had the space and Flames over towards long. I liked that he was like trying to force a bomb plant. Dexter was even like taking the long reroute all the way back around and try and play into that if the bomb gets planted. And all it meant was like, you're left in this situation where either Flames plants the bomb and then you attempt the 2v4 with Dexter rotating in late and they don't know where he is, or Dexter is safe and can save that AWP if Flames dies. Obviously the latter ended up happening, but now they run it back again in this round. They've smoked the mid-molly but immediately turned around, and so I think we might see something leaning over towards B. That's just trying to give the illusion that they've ran out mid early, hoping that that keeps bodies for Saw on this upper site.
Yeah, a lot of teams have lineups to even throw that smoke on the molly from T-spawn without actually having to send a single player there. Just keeps that presence up, keeps that conditioning, means the CTs won't take middle and won't fast flank. I think you're there. And in fact, OG even are still leaving Neofrag to work middle on his own. Be sure getting taken by OG. Don't fire off the flash, that's good, because that was an info flash for Saw. They weren't playing it, they wanted the T's to just spam blindly and announce their presence. So while Saw are aware of the possibility, they yet to have confirmation on this take. Meaning OG are ready to go, grouped up, about to hit the site.
Flame's going to lead the charge with his Tech 9. Try and set up these AKs to trade. He moves in, but mowed down. Who jerks around the pillar, lights them up, and the first two players that try their hand at this opening move get destroyed. That's one of the rifles out of the round 2, and it's irretrievable for Fiku as it's dropped deep in the short side. This is a very, like, these are the moments where essentially you've tried the opening move has failed, and it's cost you dearly. And so there are teams who would just save here. And honestly, it looks like OG are going to be one of those teams. That's how Overpass goes sometimes. Kind of like a reverse Inferno, 2 kills in the right place, end the round. Only on this map, it's for the T side.
Yeah, just so, I mean, even if you go like 5v3 into B, if the CTs have a good crossfire, if there's a double monster setup and they dodge a flash, they're going to win. So it's very hard to win if you lose. No matter where they are.
Exactly. Overpass, as far as the map goes, it's kind of the default test for T-side teams. Like, this map is just defaulting as much as you can if you want to do well. You know, don't get me wrong, you try your hand at a couple of up-tempo rounds here and there, but that one gets really awkward. The reason why you don't play in a B 3v5 is because normally you're going into a 3v3 there. On top of that, going back is uncertain. You know that in response to this, there's a chance that maybe they go pushing for info, they take map control, so you're left having to clear way too much on a rotate back over towards A, and so the round just becomes undoable, unwinnable. They save the guns out of it, and they're going to try again now.
And you might say, Harry, but why don't teams just rush B? And that's because how
you
long...
can't blow the smokes up yet.
Yeah, true, that too. Because of how long the A site angles are, you can start solo A, you can start quad B almost every round, like leave a player in heaven, be ready for a B rush, cycle util. Okay, they're not B rushing, all right, I'm rotating back up. Obviously, a lot of teams just play standard 2-3, but it's very easy to stack B and to quick rotate, even if you're not stacked. So, yeah, you have to do a little bit of work before and execute in this map. Can't just throw everything in at once. Sirius has been very frequently down. He's getting run down now. Fantastic shot by Fiku. On a round, remember, the OGO playing off of saves. Their economy isn't good. So they've already got another gun. Dexter dead in middle. Roman with a huge kill to remove the AWPer and any mid control for OG. They might be forced into B. Sooner they go, the better.
Yeah,
Right now, no one's
honestly.
playing the site.
Like, Saul went quad A to open up.
जरूरी है
and
मारना
considering
उसको.
they went quad A, it took them a little while to even really get much involved in these mid-fights. Luckily enough, they did find Dexter, giving them this 4-on-4. But, you know, the rotator's still a little ways out. It's kind of, you know, the retake B setup. Oh,
cheeky.
that shot's going to help from Roman.
Go on,
Got
lad.
anything else for us? Come on, lad. One bullet at a time. He's looking for another.
Oh,
They
big.
will lose Story moving in through the connector. Just taps down another man low. Fiku lit up, but not dead. Still in the round. There's a separate fight going on at the connector, and Flames trades 1-for-1 inside of B. Nico's just got a man trapped, but the ones on the clock. They needed that kill, and Ujerks will provide it. Fiku holding for him, but the site's already overran. Fiku normally great in these clutches, but this one is asking far too much. It's Ujerks with a huge double down the connector to make it happen.
Didn't get on the bomb instantly. I'm just throwing that
To
out
make
there.
it happen.
To make it happen.
To make it. Oh! Yeah,
Okay,
they got it.
yeah,
They
they
got
made
it.
it happen.
Nice.
Phew. Whew. To
Oh,
make
that
it
scared
happen.
a bit.
They made it
To
happen.
make it happen.
It was happened. It has been made.
Happening status, it's. Oh, man.
That's a good one.
उसने
They
जिताया
played
यार
the
इसने.
2v1 really well as well. They knew exactly where he
Dark
could have or should have been from his last position, and they didn't rush that short kill, giving him 1v1s, putting pressure on him with the bomb tap. Great con rotate there from Roman. 4-4. They finally force OG to eco, right? They've been half buying,
Easy,
running in 'cause they have a couple of guns saved every round.
Soka
Now they finally just
this
lose
half
everything.
at least.
So OG just looking for a couple of pretty pistol
Fight
picks.
for hopefully this one
Will soar
because
off
they
up
don't have
those
much to work
fleshy
with. No
domes.
utility. I don't think.
Domes not
how will
known
they get it
for their
this round.
flesh,
Not normally.
but there is some.
Unless you're an orange, in
Unless
which
they do
case you do
mistakes.
have that protective fleshy layer.
क्योंकि मैं expect नहीं
Would you
करता
call the
इतनी.
skin the flesh in terms of an orange?
Yeah,
Don't let the
like bread.
pistols get
it's got that plastic flesh you have to take
ठीक
off to
है,
get to the real
spray
bread.
वगैरह
wrapping.
करके मिल
No,
देंगे.
no, that's the flesh. It's like a banana, mate.
You've lost me.
I don't know what you're on about, Hugo. This is
You've
basic,
lost
mate.
me.
This is basic fruitology.
Fruitology. Well, you are a fruitologist yourself, so
It's very true.
me, I'm just a vegetable.
69 damage onto Story with a dink down the long side, man. He's
Nice.
lit up on that AWP. But his teammates should have this one under lock and key anyway. Dexter does find that P250 kill eventually.
Roman's
he just
playing-
really wants the AWP, but Roman's locked it down over towards the short side.
Roman's
He's
playing
started to
great.
come alive, yeah.
He's playing great right now. He's had a lot of impact. A lot of big rounds.
ये वाला
with
राउंड जीतेगी
taps.
OG तो करके थोड़ा
out
cooperative
with
up
Tears
होगा.
and
Cooperative
Connector.
up in the sense कि like
Shut down that 2v1.
7-8 स्कोर
farms the
kind of.
ecos
तो उधर की
deservedly.
तरफ जाएगा स्कोर. अगर ये राउंड अगर हारती
Trying to
है
keep
OG
Saw in
तो
this match. And yeah, OG shot
6
4
round
rounds. We're
निकाल
talking
लेगी
about the
मुश्किल
difficulty
से.
Saw had on T side. You still want more than 4 rounds. Because just
क्योंकि
the
अगर ये
momentum
राउंड
of
ही
going
जीती
down
ना सो तो
11-4
इसके बाद
is
में
enough
इको
to get
आएगा
Saw at the
इनका
end.
OG का तो 7 हो जाएंगे easily.
This isn't the end.
और
This
फिर
is just
7
the
तो
beginning
एक
of
इनके
the 10th
तो
round.
confidence भी
Right
होगा ही
back
obviously.
on
तो
into things. Fast play through the Molotov, but Jerks does not want to allow any sort of map control to be claimed as Flames gets burnt up.
9-6
Nico
हो
takes
रहा
one to the dome as well, but now you only have 3 players remaining already for OG. This is not looking ship shape.
है. क्या कुछ भी मतलब इतना important राउंड है और रश कर रहा थोड़ा कंट्रोल लेने का था मैं तो रश तो क्या कर.
Yeah, and this is, we've seen
He's
OG in these
still
positions
up,
before, and
Maradona
they've had to
Maradona,
save or
yeah.
they've lost in a 3-on-5 execute, and Saw can just play very standard now. Fiku, can he get given a pick? The orb spots him, and he knows he can't just reface that angle without utility or changing up his position. I like how Roman's even re-aggressing. It's
Yeah,
risky,
mistake,
but he knows he has so many gaps towards the short side, so finding a 1-for-1 here would basically win the round. But he wants more than that. He's got a big flank. Story with a nice angle.
अभी दोनों को
Can
मार
he grab
देगा
the
ऐसा
kill?
है.
They've walked just past him for
Flank
now,
हो
but
गया
the
ना,
flank
mistake
is still
थी.
coming in. And Story knows this is a possibility, but Roman
Here's
will
the
confirm before Story's denied. Here's the
दोनों को मार
backstab. The timing is beautiful. The shot not so much, but he takes a kill and lives. And they know Fiku's here. Won't last long, surely. Gets a dink off. Roman is also low, but soldiers don't really need to do anything. Dex is walking out B with the orb. He doesn't have the bomb, so he can't even win the round, sadly. and they fully left B. If Dexter had the bomb, he could make this interesting, hilariously enough. Like, he's a clutch AWPer, but now he's stuck in the middle of B. Takes a shot, they're coming for him, and he'll die to the heavens. 6-4. Some awkward rounds now for OG. If they can't find the opening kills, they look like they're in trouble.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm not at all worried yet. I know this is Saw, you know, really starting to find their footing with 5 in a row, but like as mentioned, this is kind of what you expect, not just on the map, but from Saw in particular, right? This is their better side. This is where they feel the most comfortable, and this is where they should be getting the most rounds. It's reassuring to see them get 5 in a row to find this berth up into the lead. But honestly, I think OG have already done a serious bit of legwork.
They're leaking
if they were
IGL
even
now,
getting
OG.
any rounds at this point, then that would
Not
feel
expecting OG to
really, really
go
rough. It's nice though for building the confidence back
fast.
up for Saw.
Challenger जा
Roman
सकता है,
seems like
but
he's
मुश्किल
benefiting
है
from
बहुत
that right
challenger भी
now.
जाना.
Double kill over in mid before he's
Exact क्या
overrun.
कर रहा है?
Gives the gun to Flames, and OG, look at how quick he's gone down long. Oh, they've mollied him.
Good
Ruined
for
it,
the
of course.
SK.
Can't have a good thing forever. Dexter just hates playing with Flames in these moments. Always just going back into the connector again, isn't he? Leaving Flames alone to go and take the A site. Worlds apart, but on the upside, I think if anything, seeing Dexter walking back like that makes you think, oh, they were trying to rotate back with the bomb, so they must be looking to go B. Doesn't make life any easier for Flames. He can't get past the A hold, and he was 1v4 anyway with that hero AK. So.
I'm at the point where I want to see a B rush, but it's just not even off spawn, but just an early proper B execute into the stack, because surely OG have that in their repertoire. They have like an exec they can run, but the rounds we're seeing are just not pretty and they're not working. So try something different. Go for a faster tempo play where, you know, maybe you just go for the triple nades.
क्या हो गया?
Try and catch that boosted player.
7-8 हो गए, 7 हो गए, 8 हो गए.
You know, fast heaven smoke and run an exec, because yeah, this has been a very ugly T side so far, despite the early couple of rounds that OG got. Because remember, they have 4 rounds, but that is 4 out of the first 5.
Third क्या था इनका? Anubis.
Yeah, we need to see that momentum now really carry through more than ever. 7-4 split on the score. Orbs on either side as well. 1 for Story, 1 for Dexter being donned. So let's see if the AWPing prowess will come out tonight, and we'll start to see some explosive rounds. Again, Roman taking control early on towards middle. Ooh, big boy nades.
They're far more grouped on A, 3-1-1.
Flames didn't know it, but if he tried his hand at the short spam, there is a kill there to be found, at least one. 2 players close to the spam spot.
Even Saw expected to be, you know, quicker
Economy
B,
तो बहुत
'cause
strong
they
हुई
are still 4B. They think
So
it's
वालों
coming, but OG is
तो
so
पहले ही
quiet
मतलब
here.
economic basis
Got
पे
to
तो हार ही
expect
गई
rotate
है.
eventually. As flashes start to go out along, that should be the signal, like, yep, let's move a player up. He is very quiet, jump spots field, nothing, short gets taken, and I love this for Saw. They've even
एक बंदा
aggressed.
छोड़
They
देंगे,
push
बाकी
all the
दूसरा
way through
rotate
the
कर
tunnel.
जाएगा.
They're going to have a T-spawn flank, which is not great in terms of like impact. You're not going to
उसको
find
पता है
kills
इसने सुन
here,
लिया.
but you get so much info, and Saw can triple pad A, which is exactly what they're doing. They're actually going to go for the 4A. I love the move. 40 seconds, OG, they're running into a absolute whirlwind.
ऐसा सुन लिया यार, वो फिर इनको क्यों नहीं दे रहा अपनी टीम वालों को?
Is available and he will step up, looking to deliver 2 kills in the round, but a trade found out of Nico. He's trying to propel them in. He was the guy back on Vertigo. He was the man, but only good for 1. And with a missed shot from Dexter, this one's probably going to get away from OG unless this guy can cook up something big. The no-scope lands. What? One man left to find. Jerks with the backstab. He's planting safe from the short side, but Jerks is in deep. Dexter looks aware of this, checking into the flower beds, but tucked in. And there's that 1v1 going the way of Saw. A confidence-boosting round. That one's coming down to the wire, and Saw is still able to walk that tightrope, that thin line, into another round, keeping the streak going. That's now 7 in a row.
That really hurts for Dexter. I felt like he had the perfect position. You know, I don't think he was sure about the flash that came over, because it could have come from below at B, as well as being on the short flank. But yeah, just tucked in close. The timing, not great for Dexter on the peak. And a great reaction again for Saw, where they re-aggress B in the mid round after seeing very quiet B approach. And they find that big flank that wins them the round, plus the stack. Without the stack, that probably was OG's round, right? They traded evenly on A. But Saw are controlling this game.
Yeah, OG, they're the passengers right now. And Saw are the ones driving themselves closer to victory. Story, seeing what you could find towards the box, but it won't be challenged. They'll just create space with this, bleed up towards the toilets.
Have you completed Counter-Strike yet?
The positions have been switched up so much from Saw that it might niggle in the back of your mind where you're thinking maybe there's someone close, maybe there's someone tucked round the corner, so you don't want to take too much. You just put the pressure on early, try and play the mind games against Saw, and then you back your way down onto short, where Ujax is waiting for potentially to spray down and slay down his way through them. It's the first, dives out and gets away.
How does he live?
निकल भी गया.
Monster walk. Wow, that's a flick. He was not aiming there. Flames, maybe he can manhandle them, make a round out of nothing, make some madness in the B side.
Nice.
Third shot for Flames, and he knows they're up top as well. Doesn't chase the kill, just wants to win this round safe and secure. Where is that last player?
They don't
Scared
have
of
a
the
smoke.
flank. They know Roman's been very active towards the connector. Materials with a big swing and no
They
trade.
don't
He's trapped in the
have,
corner, but they haven't
smoke.
got a molly.
Yeah, there's a chance here. Flame's going to be planting the bomb, so Dexter needs to land this shot if the short player looks to swing. Oh, he's left it. He's left Flames. Hang on a moment, this is all
Nice.
Flames
Ace.
4 in the round. Why not complete it with a fifth? Will get dropped
Dexter,
down,
please.
so now Dexter has to do it. 1v1. Mutierrez, the veteran of Saw, on the other side. Low ammo in the M4, has to get the reload off. He's missed his jump a couple of times, and Dexter makes quick work of him. Might not have been able to win that other 1v1, but this one finally goes his way.
Yeah, had to. If he loses that, his confidence is in the bin, right? Flames just got a quad entry. Look at this first shot.
Wow, dude.
It looked like he shot before he aimed.
When that's how you open the round, like, you know you're in for a treat.
You
This
could
was
tell.
so clean.
You could tell he was feeling it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel Jackson. Are you for real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm worried about Flames. What's he doing? What's in his breakfast cereal?
दिक्कत क्या है ना, इनका कॉन्फिडेंस लो है ओजी वालों का. नहीं तो क्या बुरी हालत करे ना, मतलब इनकी ऐसी टीम है भाई. ऐसे गंदे तगड़े तगड़े फ्रैगर से फ्लेम्जी, नियो फ्रैग, डेक्स्टर, नीको भी अच्छा है. आई थिंक पीकू और नीको का मैं कह नहीं सकता, बट ये तीन बहुत तगड़े. और नेक्सा अगर होता ना कॉलर इनका, तो फाड़ के रख देता आराम से. डेक्स्टर मरेगा. अरे भाई डेक्स्टर.
Oh, good clear the story. He checks deeper. There's another player there, and he's got help as well. Molly lands, but short does not. But the rifle is there to rid them of Neo Frag. We know there's one more man to deal with. Dexter firing off this orb. But right now they're trying to pinch OG, trapping Saw in toilets.
They're all trapped in. Story still slaying. Went for the repeat as well off the back of the confidence. Heel firmly planted, but the bullets are connecting as the Galils get gory and the numbers drop down to equal pegging. Both sides with 2 players alive, 35 on the clock.
Big reset as well. They're going T-spawn to B here, but just might find this. He might hear it. Depends how far OG run from. They're not close to the wall. I do wonder. Let's see if Saw realize they don't. They still think it's a long take. And now they're going to flank A. This is awkward for Saw. Sure, their rotate timings won't be too bad. By the time they get to A, they can just drop CT. But they don't have any surprises in them. All they've got is the kits and the util and a 2v2. This is close, though. You've got to stick it.
I mean, dude, we'll get it. Dude, they're so good at managing this to, like, the final millisecond. Saw, though, their whole bread and butter is, like, these moments where you're just 2 guys, like we say, tethered together. They love this, man. This is what they're good at. This is how Mutierrez likes them playing. So let's see what they can do. It's not going to be easy, sure. They don't know anything about the position of these players, right? That's the scary part. They could be deep. They could be hiding close. One man is Fiku down in the water. They walk right over the top of him. Dexter rids him a one, and they don't even look down. Fiku gets them for free, and with 6 rounds now to their name, this is a very good T-side for OG. This is more than they needed, as I see it. I think for Saw, you know, they were riding the high of 7 rounds in a row at one point, but that was always the problem with so much of the legwork getting done across the first 5 rounds from OG.
That
Really,
was
all it took was
a
a
shit
couple of
call.
even one and done
बहुत
rounds
बेकार
here
कॉल
and there
था
on
ये
the T
रोटेट
side, and
करने
it
का
would have
था
been
ना.
great. And
वो
you know,
तो
now
क्या
they
ना
won
वर्क
2
कर
in a
गया.
row.
वर्क कैसे कर गया क्योंकि
Now,
दोनों
you
के
know, there's
दोनों
actually limitations
कोई
for
भी इनका
Saw
ए साइड
heading
पे था.
into
अगर
round
एक भी इनका
15.
ए
If
साइड
this
पे होता ना
finishes
तो एक
7-8,
रोटेट कर देता
OG
फटाफट
are
से.
crazily
क्योंकि
happy
इनको
with how
पता
this
है कि
panned out. Saw are ludicrously
शॉट है नहीं
behind,
लोग.
despite being in the lead.
दिक्कत क्या थी ना, अगर
At that point, you've got to
टाइम
fight
नहीं था,
fire with
दिक्कत ये
fire.
थी. अच्छे से क्लियर करते
Not
नहीं
get any
और
easier. We've seen some of these
वो
pistol
उसने
rounds be
बॉम्बर को
clean for
मार दिया
Saw,
ना,
but
प्लांटर को.
never something you can rely on.
राउंड की तो लग ही
At least
जाती
that's
है
a reliable
obviously.
nade. Tons of damage done. Dashed out through Monster, but look at Story again, reading the round like a book. Takes the control on long, finds Neo Frag, and gets the opening pick for Saw. That's been something they've been great at playing off the back of when they found those first picks for free.
What's he looking for?
I don't know, the milk
Drop
carton was there. It
nades?
was
Yeah,
a nade,
maybe a smoke's been dropped. He can't find it.
वापस जाएगा.
It's not the end of the world, but OG a man down. This could be Saw with a 9-6 half. They have a double monster setup as well. Ujug's with a very powerful position. But with the door off, he's got to flick back
Dexter
between
का
the two.
कनेक्टर है क्या?
Walking the smoke. It's not going to go as well as they wanted. There's a re-swing.
9-6.
Viperio takes both. And OG in hot water, getting boiled. Just Dexter left for the 1v4.
Yeah, well, even though he gets the first, it's the end of the line pretty swiftly. They melt him down, and so at bare minimum, Saw get out of that with 9 on their
That's
CT
good.
side. Their big challenge, though, now ahead of them, staring elimination dead in the face. If they can't turn it around.
अभी सर इनका क्या है थर्ड मैप? यही है. कौन सा चल रहा है मैच? ये चल रहा है, ये वाला चल रहा है. अरे यार एक्सपेंड भी नहीं हो रहा ना, दिक्कत तो यार थोड़ा करना चाहिए यूआई इम्प्रूवमेंट्स. ठीक है, इतना कोई दिक्कत वाली बात है. ये और अलग चीज है, मेरे को मैच की डिटेल देखनी होगी, किसने क्या पिक किया वो भी इम्प्लीमेंटेड नहीं है. और यहाँ तक क्लिक करो ना तो टीम पे क्लिक हो रहा है. मैच की डिटेल्स HLTV से लाओ. अरे यहीं बनाओ ना यार. HLTV पर लो. तीसरा क्या है? हाँ. जला दे जला दे जला दे. बोला और जलाती है क्या? ये भी जला दे, अंधेरा हो जाता है. बड़े रहेगा आंखों के लिए. स्टैट्स में आएगा इन्फर्नो 62.5%. किससे खेले ये? 8-16 हारे, 16-7 आई बॉर्डर से जीते. 14-16 हारे जीते. हारे हमेशा ऑस्ट्रेलिया से 1460 क्लोज था। ऑस्ट्रेलिया इन्फर्नो काफी अच्छा खेलती है, तो गेम लीजन इन्फर्नो अच्छा खेलती है। एंड पॉइंट से हार गए। कौन खेल रहा था एंड पॉइंट में? और क्रूशियल तो चला गया ना उधर। नट्स उधर चला गया एंड्स में। भाई किस चमक गया भाई, ये तो क्रूशियल चला गया। वही पैसा पैसा अच्छा मिल गया, एंड पॉइंट तो अच्छा खासा कमा लिया उधर। अभी देखते हैं ओवर पास 15% बहुत कम है। City side they are like this. T side win percent is so low, 20%. तो इधर क्या क्या चल रहा है? ये चालू हुआ क्या?
It was so important that Story traded that.
Yeah, big T-spawn flank, but that's a nice kill for Nico to keep OG up. All the flanks being held. Ujux hears it coming and makes things even. Kit for Nico. No smoke, though. Playing 2 flashes. Might be able to get his teammates in, but I always love that smoke on a pistol. Oh, he's been tapped out. The Kit's gone in heaven. Now they're on the clock, and they're running out of players and time. Neo frag in the clutch. Saw looking for double digits, and I think it's in there. Ooh, their palm. Nice shot, but time has expired. Neo frag on damage. And they face them together. Nice pistol for Saw. Nice and easy B-pop. They get it done in the post-plant. Saving their lucky stars and looking for Inferno.
Yeah, I mean, starting off triple mid, it gave them the info that it wasn't the mid play, but the terrifying part of that is then you learn, oh, bother, they're going to the site that only has 2, and this is where, you had a couple of key kills in the round. I think the fact that they uproot those 2 players in the B site so quickly, they deal with that, what was kind of almost a retake setup, just with players glancing in. They deal with that very concisely, and it leaves OG in a bit of a bad way. OG right now doing something that's like a little interesting. Little interesting. Hang on a second. Oh my, this is fine. It's all under control. I'm no longer worried. So yeah, they're taking the eco here is what I was going to say. And so that's with the goal of investing in the next round. I guess you're trying to minimize how many how many rounds they get from winning the pistol, right?
Yeah.
You want to bring your buyout straight away so you can start removing rounds from Saw on the back of the pistol. But it's a risk-reward management there, right? Because the decision you've made is you are going to have a slightly weaker buy. You are going to be lacking things like the AWP. You are going to be a little lackluster in terms of the util, or maybe having to sacrifice firepower to bring that out. And if you lose that, Saw will then start streaking a lot of rounds together. So this decision isn't without its own share of risks here for OG. Let's see what they can do.
Oh, released it a bit early. So we'll go back down to B after throwing a lot of smokes. Look at that mini-map. 4 smokes in play already. Make it 5 now. Everyone's dumping them while they still can. There's no kit for OG in this round either. That's one of the limitations you talk about.
Bit of chip damage as well. As Nico drops to 50 and Fiku just loses a single digit off of his life. They're slowly shuffling their way around as well, getting grouped up close on short. You've got the nades for it. Bomb's in position too, and Muterus wants to lead the charge. He has been the mean machine in key rounds for this Saw squad, so he needs to keep it up here with the backup of Just. They take down Nico and Fiku, and that's the site completely barren.
This is just what I wanted from OG in the first half. I was talking about it during that 7-round streak. I just wanted to see a very simple B-pop, and OG were AAA because they had no control. They were playing safe on long, they were playing on the A site, they weren't playing toilets, they hadn't taken mid because of all the util, they weren't on party, so they had no info, and Saw, despite starting with 1 player A, immediately just went back to 5B and popped out. OG never really gave those rounds a go on T side. They can be very difficult to win, yes, but OG make a gamble in the first rifle round, and Saw just go B 3 rounds in a row, very early. Perfect move, and OG are in trouble.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this is like the risk reward we were talking about, right? Of going for this earlier buy. It can hamstring you for these first few rounds if you lose it. And now, obviously, they have. They're even getting hunted down there right at the end. So we'll have to see if the guns were saved out of it.
It's not even the buy. It's just the call. It's the play. It's yeah. Saw keep it very simple, and they just go for trades on short. They don't even need trades. Look how basic this round is. It was one flash and a heaven smoke.
Yeah, I mean, that's where, you know, if I'm honest, considering you come into that round with limitations, it feels like, you know, that maybe plays into the idea that they get so deep up short in a way that feels almost like way too free, right? Like, you don't have anything to try and suck the momentum out of that play. Many ways to gather the info as to what's going on with util. You know, you can't like throw an info flash over towards short, trying to like slow down someone moving in or get the info if they're there. You can't molly it once they start pushing. So you had to keep your eye on it, and obviously they both got caught looking the wrong way by that immediate short push. And you know, for my money, I would have loved to have seen, you know, I think those rounds when you're coming in with that third round buy is a great time for gimmicks, right? Things like the short boost getting employed, maybe like lobbing up even a sight boost to go and clear the, you know, deeper angles over towards connector, blowing the door off, something like that. You know, there's ways that you can try and put it to use in spite of having the limited util that you're trying to hold on to towards the end of the round. Here we go. They're pulling out some gimmicks now. This is nice. Good timing for it. And clearly Saw are expecting this as well. They've naded the boost to open up this round. Flames dead at long. That's one of these guns taken out of the round super early and in a spot where OG have got no chance to get that back.
Yeah, they needed that gun, and that's not even a flash peek. That's just a dry swing, and Flames missed the shot. So Saw have already removed one of the two threats in the round, and they're ready to trap the other down in dark as well. Oh, they're cooking. Let them cook. Neofrag burns alive. He does take a kill, but there's too many players on top and bottom of blue. It's a 4-on-1. Dex's D may be good, but it ain't this good.
Yeah, and you know, we didn't actually catch it, but I'm pretty sure at the end of that last round, yeah, Dexter did get removed, losing his M4 that he was trying to save. So, yeah, you know, that's why he only brings the Deagle out into this round here. This kill was nice to open.
This is a sigh of relief for Saw, right? I mean, for both teams, OG breaking their map loss streak on Vertigo 9 in a row. Looked really good in that second half. Nico leading the charge. Dexter with some clutches at the end. Flames had some massive impact. Now Saw are doing the same thing. They're writing their own story in a map that has been horrendous for them, especially on T sides. They've come in with a very strong CT half, and they have yet to drop around in this T side.
How close it was at the end of the first half as well. Surprising they snowballed so quickly. They're actually creating a lot of space for themselves. Dexter's finally back on the AWP. He went for the peek out on middle, but he was flashed off. Barely missed the shot by a hair. And they're really collapsing in on him.
He's just left mid as well as they take him. Try to peek long with Neofrag, but the dodging's coming from Saw. I say that, they regress long. The entry, Neofrag, Dexter, highlight real time. And see what you got. Quick shot. Molly goes behind him as well. He's going to reroute back to the toilets. Roman's already gone wide though. Dexter, that was close, but not quite. And not enough for OG to win this round. Saw, 4-on-3. Don't overplay your hand. Don't overcomplicate it. A group up will win them this round. Flames is trying to find stragglers. Shark in the water looking for blood. He smells it.
He's got the Poseidon in his hands, but can he spear them on contact? We'll be able to at least silence Just for now and bring them back down to an equal split in terms of the battle of attrition. Utility dashed out to block off the site. Final 20 seconds on the clock here. The bomb in the back of toilets rotating off, but that's Flames' domain.
Oh, no
he hits
way.
the first head. Muterus with the trade for 16 seconds.
Okay.
You've got to do it quick, and it's not looking like there's much to be done.
Nico just doesn't need to peek here. His teammate will first, and yeah, they deal with Story. Oh, tap back from Gutierrez. He might need the kill. He needs the kill. He can't plot. There's no plotting. He needs to chase this down, and Nico will hold the line.
My God.
Thank goodness. They can't depend on this guy. Plays it to perfection. Never swings from behind the truck till it's all safe, till the round feels guaranteed. He's trying to win it to time. Gutierrez knows what's happening in that moment. He's a veteran player. He chases down the kill. But Nico holds his own in the 1v1, and that's actually a really scary way for this 1v1 to go, by the way. It's all coming down to a fight that you know is inevitable, so it's just about winning that one engagement. And whoever's better in that one moment gets all the glory.
Yeah, if Mutiris wins that round, it's probably done, right? It's probably GG, OG and broke against 14, but they've been given a lifeline. They better hang on to it. Good flash. It goes both ways. They team flash a second time. So we'll still take that short control. Dexter's AWP announced at B. 4 shots remain. And Saw don't like what they see. Oh, I love this monster setup. The Na'Vi nades. In they go. It's the spam. Oh! The spam will do it. They line up. Knock down like bowling pins. Saw strike back.
Oh, this is brutal, man.
Yeah.
What a ways for this one to fall apart. Flames.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. To get a smoke?
Don't know.
Or a gun. It's ballsy. And this is a great play. This is a great play. Yeah, they don't even need to go B yet. Flames is going to force it, though. Roman can flank B, or he can call them up.
Okay,
likely the former.
You're not ready for Flames doing this, but he's still he's rising up. He's levitating above the smoke. Well, I like to try and leave. Cool idea. Cool way to try and play for the info. Now drops the molly. That forces one man in. Now Roman is still wrapping heaven. Oh, wait. They've seen Flames, and they knew that Dexter was here. And at this point, while Roman has A, they will look to try and leave. OG are giving chase. They drop the bomb down in the connector. Dexter, if he wins this next fight. Oh, it's so close.
Why are they rotating? Why are they leaving? You got Roman in heaven. Just let him flank, let him cook. But yeah, a bit of panic there for Saw. They still win the round, but that could have gone so very, very wrong. A 20-second rotation, sure, they knew it was empty. They had to clear nothing, but just give Roman a little bit more time, I say. God, that was very scary. Good reposition for Jerks to go wide. Dexter hits one more bullet there, he wins the round.
He knows it as well. Everything about that was just so scary. Like the whole flame scenario just had me really feeling a little bit off kilter. But Dexter, with the hero M4 here, immediately does get himself into the thick of it as he will find the first shot to just and silence the man. So you've got a bit of an edge when it comes to the battle of attrition. You've also armed yourself with a second rifle. Fiku, oh boy, is he going to be walking into the door? Roman's right there, smoke fades.
In A. Neofrag finds out the hard way, and Dexter, who was once down in connector, is now middle, and they're on his back as well. He's dropped the bomb. He just walks backwards, and Roman finds a great timing through con. 3-on-3. Saw with the sight, going back to get the bomb. Jerks just has to stay alive. Living here is everything. Wait out that smoke, deploy a new one, and let that bomb come in. OG, they have to give this everything they've got, but it might not be enough. Good shot from Flames. Still traded, both players spotted now. OG trying to come through the smokes. Fake out. OG don't bite, they don't budge. They wait for the time to strike. Next tap, they'll probably go for it. Another peek, Nico's on the move. Out and dead. Good tap again. Jerks putting on a show, and it's Mutiris with the spam to find 15 to Saw. Not going to get eliminated like this. Not going to go down 0-3 without a fight. They look to take their opponent's map pick in the series.
And dude, this is huge news, man. Like, Saw have historically struggled on these T sides. This is them giving it all they've got. And for OG, this is, man, I mean, as far as CT sides go, this has been really ugly at times, right? Like, I think it's like a compounding problem because Saw are looking lights out. You know, we've had this reactivation of guys like Roman. I think Ujax as well is well worth mentioning because he was quiet on that first map, and that's not normally something you attribute to this guy. Saw looking to damn near clean sweep the second half. Only one CT round for OG. Neofrag spam to death. And Saw, they get fed down in con. Dexter will equalize, finding the 4-on-4, trying to escape. He's getting pressured. This is going to drag him back into the connector. And there's the backstab to deal with him.
It's not pretty.
I need something.
I think he realized he couldn't escape. Tried to fake the steps, but then they didn't see him, so they just wide swing.
Yeah, I mean, a part of me just feels like he was so nearly out anyway. Like, I understand he's nervous about the party peak, but I know. It felt like he was like nervous in one moment, but then at the same time was willing to walk back, turn down the connector to it. So, you know, it's mixed signals, we'll say. 3v4. Saw in the lead. Looking to finish this now and send us to a third. That's Inferno waiting in the wings. And suddenly, you know, if we get there, it's all up in the air again. If anything, I would say Saw come into that as favorites. Especially after how this map has gone.
25, but there's almost no way Saw can butcher this, right? They've walked the entire way
literally,
up.
as long as they keep doing what they're doing right now, this is done. It's a 4v3 with a retake over on A, where OG they've not even like considered, you know, they're just full gamble down towards B. So they're gonna have to rotate up in for the retake. The gamble is a fair enough assessment in the 3-on-4, but now it leaves you in a really bad way. You're coming in late to a site that's already been taken. You don't know how deep Saw are, so you're going to waste time clearing out bank, clearing out CT, and now you lose your comm flank. At this point, it's all dawning upon them. Nothing they do is going to be enough here. The bomb's planted for short. Saw have got 4 players on the short side to play just for time. They don't even have to fight here. All the pressure is on OG. They're defusing the bomb.
They're on it.
Oh, my goodness.
0.62.
That ends up getting really close, and it shouldn't have, but Saw will lock in overpass, and they're now going to send us all the way onto Inferno.
What a sigh of relief as well for a team that has had so many troubles with T-sides, who really got no T-side rounds on overpass in their last few games. They managed to put together almost every single one. 7 out of 8 in the second half for Saw, and they redeem themselves in this series and take us to Inferno to try and fight, to not get eliminated, to not be the first team gone here from the EU RMR Group A. Of course, on the B stream, Sprout and Viperio are also fighting for that same right, but someone's got to go.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you know, for OG, this is kind of, this is wild. The idea that now it's going to a third, I think they knew that this is where they should have closed it out. They knew that this is where they were supposed to do it. You know, this isn't the result as to how it was meant to go down on the numbers, right? And I think that's why it's going to hurt for OG, especially because, you know, on map 1, you had guys like Nico to kind of bring players into the fold, to wake the team up. Here, we were kind of missing a hero player. Flames tried, gave it a go in a couple of those rounds. But, yeah, you know, I think Dexter's still feeling very hit and miss. And towards the end of that, it felt more so miss. So, yeah, there are some worries cropping up for me.
Well, that's it, folks, for now. We're going to come back in a couple of minutes, and then we're going to have Inferno, the third map of the series, to see who will be eliminated in last place. 0-3 on the line. No one wants to lose.
और क्या मैच है यार आज?
Yeah, the utility goes flying in towards this A side. Gizmi wants to get in front of those smokes to help Draft. You don't want to leave him here on his own. The flashes are so good. He hides away, but Gizmi and Draft peek out together, and it's a clean-up. Well done for Viperio. That's their second on the board.
Solid hold that. Making sure to just survive for long enough. The Sprout players start to come out into the open, and that's when you can take those fair fights.
क्या चल रहा है? 7-1.
So something to work with for Viperio.
And I really like the change-up, right, going for the aggression. As saying before, there are a few different aggressive avenues you can take on the CT side, and after seeing them struggling with that dark fight earlier, it's good to see them finding other solutions to find these opening engagements.
कुछ है क्या यार अच्छा मैच?
It's very all-in when you go for that commitment. A lot of nades used as well.
तो हो गया ना खत्म. मेरे रिटर्न से चल रहा होगा अब तो. Mongolis, ये दिखता है यार अच्छा लगता है मेरे को.
It's also good that Rare Adam
अच्छा
don't
लगता है.
fumble against pistols, because that's something I've seen as of late has sort of entered their repertoire, if you could even call it that. It's like the better they've gotten, the more vulnerable they've become to some of the sillier rounds as well.
Yeah, just maybe overthinking things a little bit. So the case this time. We'll see the investment from the Mongols. Annihilation has opted to go glass cannon on Nuke.
Yeah, it's a choice. A lot of these walls are not that permeable, so getting spammed is not so much a part of the equation. And taking a very forward angle, on outside. Hard to deal with this one with smokes.
This is scary. Yeah, and that's exactly why Advent's just going to swing on the timing. Annihilation had no chance. As soon as one bullet connects, there's nothing to be done. And Blitz now is caught in no man's land by Jamyoung. Good flash in there from Kaze. That's probably the round over. The Mongols are going to need a miracle to get out of this one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the first flash was good, but how did they hit him with the second as well? Blitz was chain blind.
The magic flash.
Yeah, I couldn't see a damn thing.
Well, Adam, slow things down.
Yeah. Looking for a counterplay, perhaps, are the Mongols. But I think as well, with the way that they've lost these two players so quickly, they're almost convincing themselves that a save is also a part of the plan. You know, Jamyoung's in such a problematic position, and they've just left the lower side kind of uncontested. So
Asians are like
their best case here is that they plan B, and they're allowed to save their weapons.
कंपन समझना कभी भी Asians को लेके ऐसे counter strike दिमाग बहुत
Mitchell's
होता
going
है.
to get tossed in. Really crossing the
Individually
T's,
बहुत अच्छा
dotting the
खेलते
I's here. We're at him. Don't want to be letting this slip to something silly.
बस थोड़ा experience वगैरह का
Good
तो
to see.
लगता है issue.
And it's going to bring the scoreline back to something quite contested. It's been a weird game, I feel, this one.
Streaky.
Very streaky.
कैसा है पहला चलता है.
That's unfortunate for Jamyoung.
Was he left-hand view model there for a second?
I don't know, yeah. Really seemed like he got caught off, didn't it?
Yeah, it's something players do, very, you know, sort of try and get as much information as possible, but that's kind of a weird place for it, if nothing else. Certainly caught off by the timing, but at least making it somewhat expensive. You know, a couple of casualties where there were none before, and it seems like the Mongols are going to be able to escape with their weapons. Rare Adam are concerned about their long-term plans as well.
I think Advent might have spotted fire attack. He's going to swing on the time. Wow. Just maybe saw the shoulder, but that ultimately ends up being pretty expensive for Rare Atom. I know they're on the T side, and I know they're winning, but that was 5 guns alive to 1 gun alive in the end.
Yeah, I don't know how much that's worth it, really, because now you're putting yourself in a position where, you know, that some of the saved weapons from Mongols, if they win this round, suddenly the Rare Atom side will sure be able to squeak out another buy, but will be left very vulnerable. The Mongols could immediately capitalize and just get further into that lead.
Advent's gone for a Mac 10 here, and I wonder if that's whether that's because of what happened last round, or if they wanted to try to go for something faster. Either way, how much use is he really going to get out of it at the moment? Bartek sticking around, but no one's dropped on him on ramp, so very expensive ramp take in the end from Rare Atom. They lose Jamyoung. Advent's down to 64 HP, although he will be able to grab the AK. So, you know, maybe not a bad choice picking up the Mac 10.
Yeah, Bartek's had a stellar game, you know, playing positionally here now as well. A very important spot to hold for the Mongols, especially, I mean, ramp CT side. You couldn't ask for a better hand, a better performance out of a player like it as well.
Yeah. Got another opportunity. Util's going to get tossed in by Rare Atom, and another good flashbang from them, but Bartek's just not under pressure at all, and so he can dance around this pillar all he likes and eventually fall. His job, though, done.
क्या win percent है इनका? अरे कैमरा भी तो open नहीं हो रहा. ठीक है ना? ये क्या game changes? Round win percent after getting first kill, round percent after receiving first kill. 38 is good. पहली डाय पे तो उसके बाद भी 38 is good. इनका क्या है 71. इनका क्या था 71. ठीक है, इनका ये अच्छा है 38. टी साइड क्या है इनका 61 है. इनका टी साइड अच्छा नहीं है. सिटी साइड भी इनका अच्छा नहीं है. पिस्टल राउंड विन अच्छा है इनका 75. पिस्टल राउंड इनका अच्छा नहीं है. पिस्टल राउंड 16. कितना खेल है 10 8. OG have experience if they played against tough teams like Heroic के सामने 10-16. नेक्सा होगा यार इसमें. नेक्सा है इसमें. नेक्सा कहाँ से नहीं है इसमें तो नहीं होगा. इसमें भी नहीं है. इसमें भी नहीं है. रग्गा नेक्सा है. अच्छा रग्गा खेल रहा था फ्लेम जी की जगह शायद. हाँ इस वाले चलो छोड़ो, ये 3 मैप देखे जाए तो क्लोज है सर, 14-16, 14-16, 10-16. They are close. They are the things to focus here. Like heat, pain, godsend. टीम नहीं खोलना यार, मैप मैच खोलना है. क्या था इनका? 14-16, 8-7, 6-9. क्लोज नहीं कर पाए क्या? ये क्या हुआ? क्लोज नहीं कर पाए ये. जीत रहे थे, क्लोज नहीं कर पाए. गोडसेट ने टी साइड में स्टार्ट किया था. पहले तो पिस्टल लगा रखे चल से, फिर जीतते लगातार, फिर जीतते सिटी साइड में. टी साइड में पिस्टल जीते ये, पर फिर हार गए. डेक्स्टर, पीकू, न्यू फ्रैग, निको, फ्लेम्जी नहीं खेला इसमें अच्छे से. अच्छा क्या है? न्यू फ्रैग, निको, पीकू, फ्लेम्जी अगेन, डेक्स्टर, पीकू, फ्लेम्जी, डेक्स्टर. न्यू फ्रैग इसमें नहीं खेला. जो मैच चल रहा उसका क्या चल रहा हुआ, क्या स्टार्ट? और कितने मिल रहा है उसके मेरे को? और कितने मिल रहा है? विनर 1.6 मिल रहा है, ओजी के 2.2 मिल रहा है, सो के थर्ड में. पिस्टल ऑन विनर तो छोड़ो. ठीक है, क्या होता? टोटल ओवर टाइम है 1.66. राउंड विनर 2, 3. सो का क्या है भाई? सो का भी देख लो थोड़ा. ये सो है ना. सो जीती थी लास्ट के दिन. देखते हैं, सो भी देख लेते हैं मार्च के महीने में क्या चल रहा है इनका. जीती थी ये. स्टोरी तो नहीं खेला. तेरी जस्ट क्या था स्कोर? टी साइड में काफी मारा है इन्होंने. इकोनॉमी तोड़ दी होगी शायद. साइड Malaysian is good. One more team. See. They were losing actually.
Our deciding map of this series, and the first team to be eliminated here from the EU RMR is Inferno between OG and Saw. A map, guys, that OG are on a 6-loss streak on right now. They've already broken a 9-loss streak
What
today.
do the loss streaks
So
even mean
they
at
don't
this
mean
point?
anything.
What is the history of media? It's all out the window. Everyone's just
Exactly.
playing up to an individual level. OG still coming in as the favourites. But the gap has closed down quite drastically from where this was heading into that second map.
Those unicorn odds looking good for OG, but it's always hard to know. It's always hard to know. We've had a lot of upsets of the RMR already, Jackie.
We have indeed, mate. What were you going to say, Harry?
I was going to say, now that we get to go to Inferno, this is where, one more time,
क्या हो गया?
You know, because you've been watching and you've heard me say Antwerp for Saw 100 times now, but I'm just going to remind you guys that back at the RMR, this was where, in a 1v1 to close, the Dodo, who was in the team at the time, ended up falling down a Jame in some last-second clutch that ends up forcing the game into OT, crushes the minds of Saw. They were devastated. Like, at that moment, it felt like their worlds were ending. And then, you know, they go on to lose that and fall just short of making the major, and then even go on to make changes within the team.
Yeah, who were the top 3 players in that series for Saw? They were Materis, they were Just, and they were Roman. The three remaining
that are
players.
left over.
And I've got to say as well, the stand-up play to me, in addition to those 3 that we've already talked a lot about in that segment as well, Ujerks has been just excellent since joining this team. I've really enjoyed watching this guy play and come up over the past few months. He's looked very solid for a young player, and of course we've got the Orpa in story as well.
So
who's got a big role to fill up against someone like Dexter, who is at least landing on his feet today.
He is, and he's hitting some of those shots as well that are very Dexter-esque, right? But I will add the caveat to that. That was back on Vertigo, which at this point in time almost feels like a distant memory you don't really want to think of, right?
Dude.
You played 2, now it's about a best of 1, effectively.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, like, Dexter is sat up top of the board for OG, but it still doesn't feel like he's bringing that same X factor as normal. That same je ne sais quoi about it, you know? Like normally when you see Dexter in a 1v3, yeah, he's favored. He likes those odds. But I haven't felt that vibe right now. I think I really want to see him come alive here, because, like, this is the moment where it really matters. On the Saw side of things, this is their chance at redemption. The map that let them down back at the Antwerp RMR now becomes the one to try and keep them in it here for the Paris Major.
That's what it's all about. So fitting as well. I know it's not the qualification game, it's the elimination game, but the fact it's on Inferno, it has that same sort of chutzpah to it, and it gets you in the mood.
It has the same, you know, like bad result out of the 2, right?
Yeah.
Which is if you fall short, you are eliminated, and your chance to make it to the last major in global offensive history is done. And they don't want that.
No. It's the last thing on their bucket list, but who's going to kick the bucket? Oh, in a pistol round, it's Flames from 2 sickening shots. Oh, Harry, he's already fired up.
Yeah, Flames has been good across this whole series, really, across both of the opening maps. In particular on Vertigo, T-side, he came alive. He was causing so many problems for Saw, so getting him rip-roaring start like this is a big deal. 3 kills in the pistol, and it's all left onto Just in the 1v3. Does scooch out through mid, but Fiku's seen him. This is going to prompt the swing from the short side. Just has been smart, but oh god! Oh, the devil's in the details, and that one is just a couple of whiffs, couple of missed shots. I got to say, you know, credit to Fiku, who was manipulating his hitbox like a madman, staring into the wall, shimmying around, his head constantly moving and obscured by the concrete, turning his back to him, because headshotting someone when their back's turned is like literally harder than winning the lottery. And so, yeah, he does well to make this look so labored and ugly. This isn't just missing.
No,
this
exactly.
This is Fiku being a little goblin, really, more than anything else.
It's one of those displays that now you've seen this for everyone at home. Take that. If you're ever in those awkward scenarios, try and make your character model as awkward as possible to physically get shots off on, because it will help you. Sometimes it can just about save your bacon. But Saw, what are they cooking with into this round? We get into the second, and Fiku is waiting to farm up the frags with an SMG. 2 for free, but there is a man in the back, and that's Muterus with a tech on deck. Hits the first head. Neo's fallen. Fiku still
अगर उन्होंने सिटी साइड में कर लिया ना अच्छा इन्होंने OG ने तो जीत जाएगी क्योंकि OG is a good T side team.
Plant is good for Saw, honestly. That's kind of what they were hoping for.
City side में Saw वालों ने 7 round निकाल लिए अगर T side में.
And you know, getting that bomb down could have at least allowed them to pump a bit more money than this next round if they'd like. Allow them to keep the damage up. Right? It's more about what you're forcing your opponents to reinvest in at this point than you win in the round. And the extra $800 a couple of you know, SMG finds in there. I mean, you know, you could even buy up heading into this next round.
अगर नो या नो ज़्यादा
yeah, you know, OG on Inferno, I gotta say, keep your eyes peeled for Fiku. Actually, I'm a big fan of this guy on this map. I think his kind of ability to pull up in some important anchor moments over towards B, and also his ability in clutches here. I always say he's like the clutch king of OG. Well, it feels like that goes up on this map now. For the other side as well, I think that Neo frag in the second half when he's on T side. Keep your eye out for this dude over towards Banana, just kind of getting stuck in, going on some mad dashes, trying to make entries happen, usually with someone, you know, there to back him up. Maybe a Flames. They've been playing a buddy system every now and again in this one. So he does like a bit of a lurk, doesn't he? So we have the AWP in hand for Degster. That's been bought out for OG very early on. The rebuy for Saw did come through as well on the back of that bomb plant. They're trying to capitalize on the damage that they know that they've done to the money of OG. The fact that they've fully reinvested on so many players means that if Saw win this round, they break OG's money very early on in this game. But will they get past this triple short side setup?
Oh, the battering ram up on top, supported by the cannon of Dexter playing around the edge of the smoke. And he's cutting them to pieces, left them trying to sliver their way back into the round, but Flames up close and personal, pounds just into the ground and leaves it all on Muterus. Galil on the balcony. All he'll probably find is a breeze, but instead, he starts to bite back in, gets the first frag on Flames, punching in the numbers as well. Now you've got a 1 versus 2 with Fiku and Neo frag coming in from either side, forced to try and keep this alive. He's up close, waiting with the Galil. Smoke's down to buy time as well, so this gives him a bit of an edge in the round.
Yeah, this guy, cool in the clutch, usually went hunting for that kill over in mid, but that's the thing, man, when you're playing Fiku, he just kind of says to himself, well, what would I do if I was in this position? You know, he likes those 1vx moments. So even though Muterus is usually very proficient in them, I think he does well to even get out with a bomb plant again. Because like what this is now going to allow, right, is that, yeah, you lost the first 3 rounds. You're up to 4-stage loss bonus. You get an extra 800. You know what that means? You're buying again. And so you've actually bought every single round since losing the pistol here. Saw have been able to keep the pressure on as a result, right? That's another round with only 2 players surviving. OG might be up in the lead, but they're not out of that situation where 1 round going against them is going to reset the money.
Oh, you could hear the Dexter slap. Hugo is back.
It's got a ring to it. Yeah, patient 2v1 for OG, and I think that's what we need out of them, right? Remembering they are the, you know, more the favorite team. Remembering they're the more experienced team, arguably the better team, and so they've got to show that today. Fans on Blast.tv agree as well. Oh wait, no they don't.
Oh, it's close.
Who gets eliminated? They're voting. OG get eliminated. So exciting time to see. I mean, the numbers do scream that way, but the numbers have meant nothing in this game today, right? Obviously, a lot of prep coming in to a matchup like this last night. Oh, Flames flashed into middle. He's even going to go back. It's a double volley. They can't escape. No way he jumped over it. Using that barrel to his advantage. He gets over 2 Molotovs and lives to tell the tale. Take that one. 5 on 4, high risk, but all the reward for OG, and it's forced Saw back into a B execute.
I've also noticed we have KDM money on the HUD, which is nice.
Oh,
nice touch.
yeah.
Come on, guys. Yeah, let's go. That's
all we ever wanted.
Here we are. A B play for Saw. Fiku up on the boost. Oh, he's not burning him out, so he's allowed to sit up on his perch. Will get checked, but Fiku, man, he loves the B holders. This guy, back of the site, he's churned them up. Getting past Fiku is proving easier said than done. It's a big hat-trick round from him. You know, across the other maps, he's had a couple of clutch moments here and there, but he's not been like a big round player. Here, though, that's going to be a different story. As I was saying, Fiku, he does love this map, man. He just comes alive on it sometimes. I've seen games where he can just take charge single-handedly. It was actually back at the Blast World Finals where I really kind of fell in love with him over towards this B site. So yeah, dude, this is a weird way for it to begin, because you know what's happened is Saw have kind of been goated into like buying in all of these rounds as a result of doing damage, getting bomb plants. Now the loss bonus is maxing out, so that's going to keep happening. But they're still at this stage where like there are little limitations to it. They're finally going to overcome that upon like losing enough rounds, as weird as that sounds, thanks to the money and the loss bonus building up and now maxing out. They're going to come through with 1 low buy, like partial buy, and then that's going to give them everything they need in the next. But essentially, you know, this is like your eco. This is your delayed eco that you never fielded earlier in the game. And it's let OG get off to this 5-0 start. And even though these other rounds have been competitive and you've gotten numbers out of it, it's going to be harder to do the same in this one. So OG can kind of dodge this threat of reset that was looming over them over these first 4 rounds if they keep this one clean.
इको था ना
Okay. Banana push comes in just as the slam is finishing off, but it's the nade that's the key talking point, and Fiku as well on the fadeaway hits the 3-point with the slam dunk onto just Neofrag in the back line, farming him up. Keep those pistols as far away as you can. Muterus from a distance will take down one man, but that's it. Just a flash in the pan as the 5th round goes the way of OG. They don't get any shenanigans going on up against the Techs. And so now, really going to have to start to sink their team.
Yeah, time to wake up, right? Can't let OG get storming into this game. Already we've had a couple of players look very fresh to begin for OG. And even Neofrag starting to get loud as well, so Saw could get in trouble if they don't field something here. Story on the AWP, gonna need him in a post plant to truly get activated. Dexter going for it in the apartments, gets through the Molotov, and may not have even been seen while doing so.
OG तब जीतेगी जब ये 2 राउंड और निकाल लेगी साथ.
Stay on this angle as long as he wants. They're gonna opt against it.
At least.
Lots of util getting used.
2 राउंड निकाले जीत जाएगी.
Back to the bomb site that is 4 strong. Neofrag out of utility, picking smokes up from CT to recycle them. Flames dead on mid. Flashes go either which way. Still have an opening kill, and they need to play off the back of this. A very important round. Could just group up for a BXX right now, and that is so tempting. But Muterus through the smoke. This is he checks it, but not enough.
They're gonna go B. They're gonna go B. They just saw Fiku over on A. They should know that this is the B player, right, or one of them, and so this B site is that much weaker as a result. But
dear.
suddenly Neofrag, the stars align. 3 in the round. He lights them up as they come out through Banana, and man, that is just brutal. Miss-smoking at the spawn means that last kill is collected for free. They might have started off looking pretty with that kill onto Flames in top mid, but it so quickly turned sour. Neofrag didn't even mean to get 2.
Yeah.
That was just stray bullets catching a man at the back of the pack, and Saw. That hurts. They don't even feel like they did anything wrong there. They read it well. They knew that Fiku was out of position. They knew that B only had 1 man in it, but sometimes 1 man is enough.
Yeah. Even lined up a 4th player as he hit as he killed the 3rd, he
again,
hit the 4th. So yeah, I mean, if you're lobbing CT smokes on the fly like that, they're gonna have gaps. It's pretty desperate for Saw, who had a 4-on-4, had room on B. They just knew they had to go off the timing alone, like you said, Fico being spotted along.
Smoke was the push कर रहा था.
Here we go.
Duncan नहीं तो और तो Coffins पे smoke नहीं किया.
OG writing the script right now and trying to right their wrongs of their map pick and of previous Infernos gone by.
Fiku's the one writing a novel just with his playstyle right now. I mean, 12 frags to his name, hasn't died very much at all, just 4 deaths, 222 ADR. That's the sort of numbers you want to be seeing. But Neofrag, he's been warming back up in the series, the energy's there, but he's blown clean out of commission. Fiku, catches 1. But even after he's gone down, a Martyrdom Molotov from Neo will at least be able to buy him a bit more time for the rotation.
Flames has a gap again. They smoked the molly, right? So it's not a missed lineup or anything, but they don't know until it's too late. Flames nails that cross shot. They've got to re-smoke it if they want safe passage. And even then, Flames only now calling for rotations. Muterus put down to 5 health. Not pretty. He's going to cross back. A bomb makes it in on a blue plant. Well, they're going to need it as well. Even more damage. Can't even move out the site. They could do a boost, but CT Smoke's fading. Roman gets just behind cover. I'm pretty sure they saw him there. Good tap, Roman. You're going to need a little more than that, though, as you put your captain, your old boy, in the clutch.
He's low. He's tagged up from that skirmish through the smoke earlier on. Muterus, this is not an easy clutch, but he's threaded the needle in with a backstab. 1 in the round, but not enough to win it.
Obviously इससे काफी इनका confidence boost होगा, पर 7 round दे देना, नहीं जीत रहा भाई.
And man, this is where, you know, if you're Saw, if you're Muterus in the gang, like, you know, you're having these emotions start to come back. It's a familiar battleground. It's one where you already have your history on this map. You can feel that it's happening again.
जीतेगी अब से इनका
You know,
सोलो
even just a
कमबैक
few
शुरू
weeks ago,
होगा.
speaking of a few of the guys
They will
over at
start
Pro League,
coming back
we were
now,
talking about like those
but
rounds
they will
and
not
how like
make it
rounds
through
do
this
actually
match.
haunt you. How like when something happens, you know, where you lose some like
This is
3v1,
So's
4v1
round.
that you're never meant to lose, those rounds genuinely stick with you for a long time after the fact. Right?
Oh, OG getting cocky now. Very
Let's
cocky.
see, let's
Goes
see.
back for seconds. Dexter gets his just desserts though. 5 on 4 for Saw. And you jerks up top. Oh no, the timing! Even if he was blind, if he had his gun out, he could just shoot. And he might have found it. But Flames, he's been very active in middle in making flash plays. OG setting him up nicely, and Fiku even getting aggressive as well. This guy just can't and won't stop right now. Oh, he saw it. He saw the bomb. It will be on the mini-map at least, and he can tell his team they're out mid. He's going to die to Absol if he doesn't turn, and Roman wins that fight. Still, all the info in the world for Nico. He knows what's going on, but he's got to stop it.
Yeah, Flames. Oh, he's missed both timings on the crossing players. Nico, head on his swivel, does turn back to long in the right moment, but Story through the smoke gets rid of the rotate. Nico has got to do this alone. He is in this one as a solo entity right now. No one to help him, no one by his side, and Story will get the better of him. Just Neo frag.
Come back,
that
come
last
back.
time, the stars aligned for him, but not in this round. He's locked out through the smoke. They saw his feet through that little gap in the right-hand side and just spammed him out. And so finally, it takes them a long old while, 8 rounds deep, but Saw finally break the streak of OG and get there first.
The amount of small intricacies in that round, it was terrifying stuff. But it's great for Saw. It's one of many that you need, sure, but every great story has to begin somewhere, and for them, this could be the opening round they need to at least revitalize themselves somewhat. Got the firepower to play with, and they really are taking this hot and heavy up towards Banana. There could have been some chaotic kills already.
Yeah, they throw a smoker card just to make sure Dexter's neutralized for a few seconds. But that's maybe all the time you can buy against this guy. He's going to play a flash.
यार
send his
exceed
teammate back into
positions
Banana.
a lot. Like कभी Fiku उधर जा रहा,
Control.
कभी Neo इस बार Neo फ्रैग आ गया. ये पे फिक्स नहीं है. Fiku Neo फ्रैग दोनों में से कोई एक रहेगा, ये फिक्स है, but दोनों रहेंगे, ये भी है.
A lot of position swaps in the CT side
दोनों
so
में से एक
far.
रहेगा, ये फिक्स है.
But obviously you, again, want to work around Dexter. Very vocal player. Calls what he wants, tells you what to do. And honestly, you should listen. 7-1. OG want to break that money immediately right back if they can.
Guess
So, as they leave Banana, Dexter reaggresses. This can free up Fiku to rotate. You can trust in a solo warp on B. He started to make a move. 35 seconds. Saw set up and ready to go.
Where the fuck is that smoke one way?
They even have a one-way in line.
Yeah, the library, that's sick. All right, Nico down, and oh, he's dead. Double mollied out into the open, forced into a fight he didn't want to take. Into the back of the site, they will clear out Flames.
Save it,
Roman with a big check. Looking
Save
to
नहीं
catch it
करेंगे
now.
तो like
Nate does great damage on Adjust. The sad thing is,
yeah,
because that isn't the kill you're going to save. If that was the kill to bring you back into it. Oh, hang on a second. Fiku.
Save it.
Dealing with Story over at long. Now might entice him to give this a go. I mean, he's one man, he's flying solo, sure, but we always say clutches are this guy's specialty. Lots of damage done on the Just down in the pit, and a whip spray, but he will recover, and thank goodness he did.
Save भी करना
time to
था.
adjust there, gets that kill, and with Dexter arriving, that
Dexter
retake
बहुत
is
दूर था ना,
happening, but
पास में तो
instead,
मारता
Saw
था कि
hold on,
ठीक है.
and they get a second round.
Yeah, the big kill is Roman as well, right? Clearing that guy from the back of the site. It seemed
अगला
like
हाँ भाई इको है 2000 में क्या लेंगे यार इको है.
2 kills from him and Just each.
पिस्टल भाई कर सकते हैं.
Mostly Saw building in, better late than never.
Make sure that mouse is clean.
When you feel like you got screwed, like, oh, my aim's better than that.
It's like the Cooper clip where he's trying to get cat hair out of his mouth, and he's just going, "This damn cat!" Oh, man.
Don't want hair on the mouse pad. No water bottles either. Nothing. Dexter pre-smoke on the molly. They almost lined up. He'll take that one. But he's not
They're
done.
boosting him now. Oh my
Going
God,
back.
they are just throwing him in a fight after fight with the hero
Story.
orb. Oh,
He's
Dexter!
quick.
He's here. He's awake. He's activated. This is Dexter getting switched on. 2 in the round. The hero AWP knocks out another. Now he's burning, but still alive. Even more for Dexter. Destroys Saw. Bottles them up and ruins them at Banana.
486 damage
He
in the
even
round.
landed that collateral onto the last man. Roman is the walking wounded man. He's out of there. He can't attempt this. One player, one gun, nothing else in the round, and Dexter does it single-handedly.
On a full eco.
Even though Dexter has been performing in the
मतलब तुमको पता है कि बंदे ने ऑप बचाई है, ऑप सेव करी है, ठीक है। मल्टी किल पोटेंशियल कहाँ होता है ऑप से? 2 जगह होती है, बहुत होती है। एक होता है बनाना बी, दूसरा होता है मिड, और आई गेस द अदर विच इज द बेस्ट choice which is A में साइड एप्स ये एग्रो करना पड़ता है, मतलब थोड़ा मिड पे पहला मिड पे पीक लिया और फिर थोड़ा साइड पे गए। दिक्कत मतलब सबसे बेस्ट चीज क्या होती है यहाँ पे करने की? सबसे बेस्ट चीज यहाँ पे करने होती है थोड़ी देर रुको, यूटिलिटी कर लो, मिड पे फ्लैश वगैरह दे दो, समझ रहे होता है कि थोड़ी गांठ पट है, सीधी बात है। और थोड़ा उससे क्या है पीछे भेजो उसको, ताकि जो एक पोजीशन उसने आगे की ले रखी है फॉरवर्ड, वो पीछे हो जाए। अभी अभी दूसरे मार ली, डेक्स्टर को कॉन्फिडेंस दे दिया, क्या मतलब है?
certainly will.
भाई तो
You
होगा
don't make
ऑब्वियसली,
plays like
भाई
that
तो
every
होगा।
day, even if you're Dexter.
No, but
अब
and the
उसमें
timing of it as well. The fact it's just the one saved weapon. A round that almost looked like it was never going to happen. You were expecting him to maybe get a frag, but instead he kills the entire damn team. And it's not just him that's been going off like a mean machine. Fiku's on 14 kills. Neo frag with 10. Flames at the start of the game. He was the one creating space. And Saw, because of the knock-on effect, don't really have much to work with. But they're putting it to good use. Think on Dexter, they repay him for the sheer aggression he showed in the previous round.
And Neo frag. Set down low in Banana. So Saw, this is a winnable eco round with just an AWP and a bunch of pistols, as much as it was for OG, but they need to capitalize on
देखिए
this damage.
300
Dexter with an easy shot
वो
gets off the
सीन था
angle.
उधर।
Repeak is dangerous on 3 health. He shouldn't do it without a flashbang at least. And Neofrag has his cross as the rifle
300
swing
पे
in,
चलो
so
सीन।
does the AWP. And everyone finds a piece of the pie. Saw with just one man.
It's like इको राउंड है तो ग्रुप पर होता है कि ट्रेड ले लो, वो करना मिले।
Good luck.
चलो कोई बात नहीं।
Oh, he even got the third, mate. No, he's there. You go. Dexter's back. Dexter's back.
Dexter
It's
is
not.
back,
It's not like.
yeah.
It's not like. Okay,
मर
pretty
जाता
good
Dexter
Dexter.
तो
This
फिर
is like
मैं
prime
सबको
Dexter,
बोलता ना।
switched on for the third map at
Molly-
the worst
Molly
possible
करने
time.
क्या
And now
था?
for Saw, you know,
किया था।
history really does feel like it's repeating themselves.
was ahead
Their
of
run at the
Molly.
major will be decided by a CIS AWP, absolutely ruining them.
Flash
That's
नहीं
what's
किया ना?
happening here. They're not in control
Flash
of this
करके
game. They
पीछे
don't have a
भेजना था
chance to get
उसको।
back into it right now. Nothing screaming out that there's a world where Saw are going to start grinding this one back out. They need rounds. They need them soon. If nothing else appears, if this goes 10-2 up, with Dexter looking like this, with Fiku winning fight after fight over towards B, him and Neofrag, this terrifying duo to run into over there, I don't see a world where Saw can build back stronger into this game. Missed shot for Dexter.
How?
Drive by out of
What?
Roman. Come on then. There we go. Mac 10 into the action, into the fray. And the big bad out of the round now.
What a play for Roman. And he's even got the AWP as well. It's perfect. He's low. He's looking on that moto side for a pick. There's no one even here. OG is saving. Sure, partly a gamble, but they know deep down that Saw aren't coming into B after that double up for Roman. Near frag spotted, bottom banana, Maturas can volley him off, bomb getting planted. And honestly, if I'm Saw here, I'm not even thinking about OG's money. I just want to keep 5 alive to avoid reset if they lose the follow-up round. So that's very important to just stem your bleeding. But what a massive round out of Roman.
No, yeah, that's sick, dude. Drags the crosshair immediately in the close quarters angle and then goes on for even more. It's insane that they pick up the round off the back of that. And it's a round that has so much gravitas to it as well. Like Harry was saying, it looks like they've all fallen short. They're starting to look a little bit limp. You get a round like that, maybe there's a chance. Players like Roman now amp up the team again, bring the energy back, because OG, they've got tons of it. They look hyped, they look happy, they look like they're calm. But for Roman, this is where he gets vocal.
Yeah, I mean, this needs to be the moment, where like Roman kind of looks down the line. It just says like, guys, it's not happening this time. Like, I will not let this happen, right? If he can be that hero player to kind of spur the troops on, then that's great. And I mean, that was exactly what happened on Overpass. He was like the first guy to get activated, and then around him, you had Ujax and Mutirin start to come alive as well. Okay, so they win that one out of nowhere as well. It was the Mac-10 that did all the heavy lifting. If you can start streaking a couple of rounds together, we can change our tune on Saw, but it can't afford to be a one and done. And you won't catch Dexter getting that aggressive through the apartments again. I think he learns a lesson there. Even though he's feeling it, play within the limits. Flash into the apartments. Nico, good. Well orchestrated for the first. And he even flicks back up to find Roman. That was the hero of the last round, now dead as the second man to fall to open this up for Saw.
He was going for the gun. He wanted the AK, and he still recovered and won that second fight. Definitely should not get away with that one. Missed opportunity for Saw to not trade that kill. And it's left them in a sticky spot. 3-on-5, where they have long control, so they think.
Easy win for OG. See you guys later. I have to go.
And no one really needs to shuffle. OG have a nice crossfire on A. Their B hold has been just unbeatable in this game. And they're playing the same setups. So unless Saw get given something, which we can tell they won't, they're going to be forced to save or go.
I mean, right now, Saw are playing Inferno like it's a one-bomb
bye,
map. Every time they tried to go B, they've been destroyed. And A's been mixed bag, we'll say, but it's where they found some successes. This round is sadly not one of them. It's going to fall on deaf ears.
To the other
I love how
match?
Baity Flames is even playing here. He doesn't even need to uncrouch. He might now that he knows they're coming, but he's waiting for Nico's cross before he fires off. There's the contact. Trade kill is perfect, and Dexter has that final finish onto Story. OG are playing to win right now. They're not making mistakes. They're not overfacing.
What do we have here?
In early rounds, and they're settling back with advantages into very nice setups. And there's a reason it's a one-bomb site map right now because, B has looked like a problem.
So I think who will go ahead is like one is Mouse, the other is Virtus Pro, third maybe I don't think around these two, one win, fourth I don't know, maybe Apex,
That was tagged through his teammate, collateral through Flames, and Flames finishes the job. Lots more damage done into the round. They're fighting them all the way down mid. It is a brawl. It's madness. Dexter, even onto the M4, holding up close, waiting for the smoke walk, and he dominates Roman.
I don't care about this one. I don't care about this
stew in what's happened in this round. He knows that is a full disrespect call. They forced the fights down mid. They forced the issue. And Mutira is left up in an impossible clutch. 9 HP. He's a dead man as soon as he comes around the corner. 11-3.
This is already over. For me, of course. B8 Fnatic. 8:30. Have they picked Vertigo, Nuke, and Ancient? They already picked. Really, it is getting started. Vertigo is Fnatic pick, Nuke is B8, and Ancient. Why Nuke B8? Are you that confident on Nuke against Fnatic? Did they go head to head? 47%, 42%. Live win probability. Beta. GG bet B at 2.66. Good. Fnatic, I don't believe in Fnatic right now. The way Fnatic is playing right now, I don't believe in them. They are good, but I don't believe in Nikodos. I don't believe in Nikodos. There are good. Pressure is good. Roy is good. Magil is IGL, so I don't say Crims. Yeah, Crims is good. Crims is good. I don't have issue with. So let's go to the stats of the team. What is the first pick? Vertigo. Okay. This is B8. Vertigo. So win percent is 71. Wow. Okay. 16-7 the prospects. Swiss prospects. Okay, if you see them, you're gonna see these guys only. Against, so they lost 10-16. Vertigo. Into the breach, LDLC, tricked. Prodigy, so is this Prodigies? Okay, they're playing against Vertigo. They have played 7 times. 5 wins, 2 losses. 2 losses is uh, uh these two. Like few months back. They are winning Vertigo since then. Round, total round 170 out of that. They won 104. They lost 72. 71% win rate. Putin pistol. Put it on the win time. CT round win percent is 50. T side is 63, 65. How is Fanatics Vertigo? Obviously, it is good because they are peaking now. They are less win percentage, but obviously against better teams. Viperio, they won recently on Vertigo. They lost to 9 on like recent only. And a bad one. They prepared Vertigo after that and like win. Maybe I don't know. With the OG, they win Vertigo. And if I'm going with the B8 on Vertigo. G2, they lost. Okay. Call. I don't believe it. Yeah, Fanatics, Vertigo, I don't believe. Not that great stats. Yeah, Nuke. Nuke is picked by B8. 70% win rate. It is 13, 16, 67, 16, 9, 16, 8. Nice. 35, lost in Iron Fist, 16, 16, 9. 416 against 6. Street Academy. What the fuck? What the fuck? Literally. 416. The good in Vertigo. We don't have stats of this team. We don't have much stats. Nope. Nuke is 14. I'm looking at team, right? 15, 13. Yeah, they are good in Vertigo. So, Nuke. So, yeah, it's fine. This is Nuke. Seems okay. They played a lot of Nuke recently in EACA. 20 pistol out of the 9 only. 70% is the win rate on Nuke. Nuke, I cannot say Nuke. I'm totally unaware. Like what? Because Nuke Fnatic plays are really good Nuke. I don't know why they picked Nuke in front of Fnatic. That's my question actually. Like they are very good again in Nuke. See, 16 for against G2. Eternal Fire, 13-16 against Vitality. Like Vitality is a very strong new team. 13 still. G2. It's like primary pick for G2. And they're very good in nuke. The B8 picks. That makes me think why B8? Why are you giving up? Like what other map choices they have? Like Inferno is removed, Overpass is removed, and you have like Mirage and Anubis. Maybe you could have picked Anubis. How is Anubis for this team? Anubis is 0%, 3 times played and lost all 3 of the matches. So why didn't they pick Anubis? Tell me. Why? That's no mistake. And how is Anubis here? They won 3 Anubis and 2 loss. So that's not good, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Anubis. You should have picked Anubis. You have a lot of experience in Anubis. You could have easily won Anubis. B8. What else? Mirage. You could have picked Mirage. Mirage, I don't think so. Oh, 100% win rate. 3 played 100%. They don't have much experience in Mirage. So, yeah, definitely. What is the last one? Ancient. Ancient 7 win 2 loss and no, against Virtus Pro they won Ancient, so Mouse they won Ancient, so looking good. Ancient is looking good. They could have picked Ancient as well. Yeah, Ancient. How is Ancient for Fnatic? I don't know. 40%. Yeah, Ancient. So this they lost against OG. They lost against Gods and Furia. Ancient. Well, I think it's I think B8 should win, but Fnatic is better. So yeah, I can take a chance with B8 there. Looking up at the no. So B8 odd is 1.95 now. It was good bet earlier. Oh, the match already started. The fuck is this? Why they are starting match so early? Okay. I placed my 500 I placed. I should have placed 50. Why did I place 500?